But here we go again, yeah. I'm going strong again, yeah. I'm going long again, and I'm going hard. And here we go again, yeah. I'm going strong again, yeah. I'm going with the wind, and I'm going long. Hey, like a Hail Mary, full of grace. Cup is full, like my plate. Life is good, life is great. Hey, don't wake me up. I got that dog in my cup, drowning out all of my.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Roundatable, episode 3. Obviously, you got CJ, co-owner of Opinionated Media, co-founder of PCT, yes, right here with me. We don't have Zach today. He's out here, in Europe. Must be nice.
Catching flights, not feelings. Right?
And then we got Steve and Carlos Mojica. Carlos, back on the pod. We missed you, dude. We missed you. I missed you a lot. I was over here having to fight PCT by myself.
Nice.
And then
last
I'm just saying the last episode it's been like me.
Me. Yeah, because where was I on the last? I wasn't here.
I think you went to a baseball game.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
I went to a baseball game.
We got Steve making his first appearance on the Roundtable.
Debut.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Hey, yo, Hodaroo.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
absolutely.
Obviously, we're gonna start off with an intro. How have you guys been? Obviously, we can talk about this in a little bit.
Yeah, facts.
The Nectar event.
Facts.
We got this signed.
Yeah,
and that was fire.
Drink Nectar.
How have y'all boys been?
Good, chilling.
Yeah,
chilling. It's been a nice break, I guess, from like non-recording.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we finally got some important stuff taken care of. I'm ready to get back to recording, but at the same time, we're gonna get back to recording, but also feel like we're gonna stop again, just
definitely
because
with all the changes.
Yeah, we're all gonna be moving out, and then we're not gonna have like a set spot to record or a set day to record or whatever the case is. So I'm excited to get back to it, but at the same time, it just kind of sucks because I already know as soon as we get back to it, it's gonna stop.
Yeah, and we're definitely gonna, at least all of us, formulate a plan to. Personally, I'm gonna want to record as much as possible until we leave, so we have stuff for throughout the rest of the year. But no, I mean, how you been, Steve? What's been new with you?
Part, bro, just disappointed right now to be honest with you. Like, y'all caught me on the tail end of the Celtics losing that bad to the Sixers, so I
trust the process.
Hey, bro, look, forget that process. My point being is, no, obviously he deserved that MVP. Let me get that out the way. Joel Embiid is a great player, but good, man. Just been obviously working still, transitioning to a new job, so that took a little bit of time. Had to get a little thing, get some business taken care of, but I feel like aside from that, man, everything is pretty good. Like, there's no reason to complain for the most part. So,
Big work from home guy.
Hey, man, look, I'm gonna tell you what. It's a brand new feeling. So,
nice, huh?
oh, bro, it's such a difference. I feel like going from being at a job every single day, and like I feel like obviously you have to clock in, right? But it's a different environment, it's a different pace, it's a different setting, and then you're at home and you're working, and it's like a lot more. It's a lot different of a ball game, I should say. You know what I mean? Because y'all know in my last job, I was out here like actually slaving. It felt like
you were whipping around that lariat.
Oh, bro, I was like 50-hour weeks. I'm talking about physical labor, hauling trailers, picking up equipment, dropping equipment, working on equipment, doing sales. Like it was great knowledge and a great experience. But like transitioning now to just working from the comfort of my own home, bro, it's kind of crazy. Like it's a little nuts, but. I mean, aside from that, like I got a good job, obviously, and I'm in a great place, so I have no logistical reason to complain.
Yeah.
But aside from that, you know what I'm saying? Everything's going good. What about y'all? What's cooking?
I guess, like Carl's mentioned, we've gotten a lot of important stuff rolling. Stuff that obviously, is important. We had a day where, like he said, we haven't been recording, so like that day we literally did like 3 or 4 very important business things like the whole day, and it was super cool for me, Carlos, and CJ to kind of like formulate the business, the plan, get like key stuff it is fun to do, but it's also like not as fun as obviously making the content or seeing like the results and stuff, but it's just like doing that stuff, learning, and it just makes you get excited because I think Carlos took like a half day and I like took like a half day and CJ was off, and it was just like one of those days where when it is full time, like that might be a typical day, you know, like we might have to handle all these things, you know, to get us in a place we want to be. But we got merch finalized. Y'all, I mean, you don't know what we're dropping yet, but it's gonna be some fire. Obviously, like
they know.
They don't know. We know.
We know.
We're getting that
know what the fuck's
finalized.
going
Shout
on.
out to Kat and her dad, Mr. Kelly. They've been a big help for that, and they're gonna continue to be a big help. So you know, got that finalized, and you know, just working, shooting these. These are fun because it's like
absolutely.
I've been talking to him like the internal pods, like, and Carlos knows about like the Optic podcast and stuff. It's just cool because they talk about subjects that people that can relate to, but they also like talk amongst themselves. And as we've been mentioning, we all just need to try to brand the company more so like us instead of just like, especially like specifically for Opinionated, like we just have guests on all the time. So just having people like us for us, and they're gonna come watch us for us, you know, like I think that's important. But and then obviously, you know, we went to the Nectar hard seltzer drop 2 weeks ago. It was crazy,
sir.
And I'll let CJ kind of
so shout out to Nectar. They sponsor a podcast called Under the Influence, and it's a pod that I had been watching, but definitely before they hit 100K. I don't remember the number exactly. It might have been like 50 or something like that, but it was pretty like a little before they started to pop off. Just because I'd always see their clips, and then like I was like, damn, like the dude was always wearing a wig and shit. Yeah. So it just like caught my attention. I'm like, who is that guy? So I would like listen to it, and like it would just be a good clip, you know what I mean? Plus, like, I fuck with podcasts, so like that, just an interesting conversation, and like I see like scrolling on like shorts and stuff. I'm like, damn, that's dope, you know? So I just started listening to them, and then crazy enough, when we went to Dallas and shot all the podcasts and everything, we went to go visit Peyton, and probably like a week after that is when Peyton was on the Under the Influence podcast, and like that shit was so crazy to me, bro. Like, I literally just met this guy, and he's on a podcast that I listen to. Like, I'm listening to any of their podcasts whenever they come out type shit. So that shit was crazy, bro. Like, for real. So it was like, oh, like we could potentially meet them, you know? Like, we're cool with Peyton. We literally, like, went on a tour of his studio and stuff. So I'm like, damn, like, and then crazy enough, they're coming to Austin the weekend that y'all went, or the weekend that I had already requested off for the barbecue event. And I was like, well, shit, like, you know, it's Friday night and I'm off on Saturday. Like, so I invited everybody. We pulled up, went to go buy it, and the weather was like pretty shitty. Like, it was storming and shit.
Yeah, bro, it was helling.
Yeah.
We were getting golf ball, like, size tail for probably about 15 minutes where I stayed. That's why I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was like, fuck it, like to that, you know, especially because I just fuck with them. Like,
and y'all, you were like, you had good weather like down here by the time I think I was getting hit by the storm.
Yeah,
Cam told me you took off by like 5:15.
I mean, kind of. It was still pretty bad.
As soon as they left is like when it
kind of started.
Crazy,
yeah. So, but I was like, you know what, like, if this is someone I really do fuck with, and I like kind of look at them as like kind of like an inspiration, and like shows me what is possible, like I'm gonna try to get that connection, bro. Like, not a lot of people are starting to come to Austin now. Like, nobody was coming to Austin like that. So
no, for sure.
Like, all the other people that I've been watching, like, they have never came to Austin. And like, I was like telling Cam and like people when I was like talking about it, I'm like, man, like, this is the first time I'm actually meeting someone that I actually like will sit down and watch. You know what I mean? Like, that's never happened to me before. So I was like kind of geeking out a little bit, you know, like, cause like I really do fuck with them, you know? So it's like a genuine like connection. So I was like, damn, like, that's dope. Like, we met them. So like we chop it up, and I had like left a comment on their latest pod that like, it wasn't after, because they obviously shoot podcasts in advance, and they'll post
like twice
it.
a week too.
But it was one of the pods like right before they came to Austin, and like I had replied to it, and I'm like, yo, and they're like, oh, yo, we remember you from Coconut Club. So I was like, bro, like, and they don't be liking, or they don't be commenting people's like on like their posts or like on their comments and stuff. They'll probably like it every now and then, but I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like, they remember. So like, that's a good sign, especially because we're trying to really do this shit now, and like plan for merch, and like if we get it in the right hands, and like just the right person sees it, like the possibilities are endless, you know. So wanted to build up that connection with them, so we had to fade that.
I was gonna say, speaking of which, we gotta give a quick hand clap because y'all opened a bank account.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
That is what we went to go
because that
do,
was one of
you know what I'm
that was
saying?
one of the major goals that we had. So the fact that y'all
Yeah.
took care of that, man, I just want to give y'all obviously kudos because that was the thing. You know, I mean, you had been talking about for a grip, and every time you come over here, obviously that's a big contention of we need this to at least get the ball rolling on everything else. So I think that's cool to see the snowball effect.
We had that meeting too. And and then you know, I told me and Carlos, we were just like, I was like, all right, we got to get this bank account open before May, and it was like there was like the hardcore goal we had to hit, and we hit it. You know, so that was like it's good for us to just stop like making excuses. We're busy, whatever. Like just get it done. So then we don't got to worry about it. Get that monkey off the back, and then focus on the next thing. That literally what was holding up everything else. Now everything is just more of pitting the pieces together and lining it up so it's all executed, you know, efficiently. But
got the resources.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean?
But yeah, I mean, piggyback off of the Nectar, it was super cool, man. They were super genuine. I told them I knew Peyton, shout out Peyton, and you know, we actually got to Coconut Club early because apparently at Concrete, what's it called? The Bottle Blonde in Dallas.
Blonde,
it was like super crowded, so. We were gonna like go sit down and eat, and then CJ called me and was like, "Hey, like I kind of want to get there early." We looked up Coconut Club, opened at 9, so we got there at like 9:10. Like nobody was there.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I thought I knocked that over. Nobody was there, but we were like kind of got there early. We kind of figured they might be in a section or whatever. We found like a little bench spot over there, posted up there, and it was dope because we were able to talk to them like a lot, and you know they were dope. They were handing us seltzers, like giving us shots and whatnot. So it was a cool experience.
I genuinely thought, which is a good point you brought that up, that for an event like that, because I was talking to I was talking to you throughout the night, and I was talking to D, and the biggest thing I remember saying was when we went to Mike, and we were trying to go to those clubs, and that was one of the most annoying and like just difficult things to deal with. So mind you, I get, you know, they're still both fairly popular, right?
Yeah.
So even going to like this, I was telling you like, look, bro, if it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock, I get down there and it's anything like Mike was.
That's how I was keeping you updated.
Yeah,
was no
like
line.
that.
Yeah, it wasn't right. It wasn't like too
bro,
crazy.
It was very enjoyable. Even when I got there, like the crowd was still good. People were still vibing. Everything was still good. Which is I like that is what I thought that the after party for Mike.
That's what I thought it was too. You know
what
I thought
mean?
it was gonna be like, you know, especially like having the connections you have. You like you know you think it's gonna be something like that, but it was more so people hear something and it's like everyone shows up, and then when you're like a certain status, there's definitely a security risk, so they can't like let everyone in.
Yeah.
And, like you know, people in there aren't gonna leave, you know, because like who's there, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was cool though. I mean, it was a dope experience.
That shit was fun, bro. For real.
No, it was phenomenal, man. It seemed like everybody, like the drinks and everything, and just the music, bro. The DJ was.
Yeah, it was.
The DJ
I've never
was
been there
cooking,
either.
bro.
So
Yeah,
it
that was my
fire.
first time
It was
there.
fun.
Shout out to Coconut Club.
Shout out to Coconut. No free shout outs. And then also Peyton's live show is June 30th, so we're gonna be planning to go to that, you know, so and support the boy and then continue to hang out, network, you know, get some content. So
It's on a Friday, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I definitely requested
Friday.
that.
So
Yeah.
we'll go up to Dallas again, and you know, me and Carlos might even have something lined up out there. We've been talking, so trying to, you know, get people on and whatnot. But that's kind of been the little intro what we've been doing the last couple of weeks since y'all have seen the last roundtable. We're gonna move into our unpopular opinion segment. Carlos has something for y'all.
College is not necessary in today's world. I don't think it is.
I'm gonna counter later, but I'll let you explain why you don't think it is.
Yeah, I want to say why. What drives that? And in what aspect?
I would say majority of them. Like obviously, if it's like something with like a doctor or something, dentist, stuff like that, then yeah, go to school, you know. But like I don't know, like owning a business, like we're doing that. Coaching, like I don't know, just stuff like that. Just smaller degrees, like fashion, stuff like that. Like you can learn a lot of that on your own.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, there's just a lot of stuff. I mean, today, I mean, you got AI who's fucking doing everything now.
The shit I sent y'all earlier.
You got AI doing everything now, but it's just like not even that, but just there's just so much stuff that you can learn just from the internet alone that is either enough or more than enough than what college is going to teach you. Because college goes by the book a lot. There's a lot of inside stuff that makes it easier and like a lot less time for whatever you're doing that we, the regular people, would teach you rather than like college will. But I mean, I
y'all-
get it. I mean,
y'all. I mean, I'll say whatever, but I don't know if y'all have anything to say
What are you thinking, Steve?
I want to hear more.
from him or who.
Just in general?
Yeah.
I mean,
more.
I agree to an extent. You know what I mean? Like you said, if obviously you got to go to college for, or like there's things that you need to go to school for. You know, like you said, like a doctor, lawyer, like shit like that. Like yeah, go to school for sure. But if you already know that you don't want to do anything like that, like yeah, like you don't really need to go to college.
Yeah.
Honestly, like it. But like that's something that you have to know from like not a young age, but like if that's how you're gonna do that, then you have to go about whatever your career wise, like take that serious right off rip. Like once you graduate, because you could probably, I mean, bro, like you could go work at HEB, become a manager just by working your way up, and you don't even need a degree, and you'll be getting paid pretty well.
Yeah, they make
like
good
you know what I
money.
mean, like decent enough. So nah, I agree with you for real.
Yeah. Because I mean, I'm more of a person who likes experience over anything. So like, if I let's just say, we have the same, I don't know. Okay, well, we'll just use accountant. We have the same knowledge. Like I've been doing it 4 years. Somebody just got me in, taught me it, and I've been doing it 4 years, not in college, and I've been doing great. You're in college, and you come out of college. We have the same experience. Like we have the same like knowledge. Like I'd rather take the guy who's been like I know who's been doing it and has been on my job or whatever, rather than someone who's just coming to college.
But
like I'm an experienced guy. I like experience.
Experience. It's definitely experience, you know.
Yes and no. Like yes, it teaches you what it is, but like being able to be hands on and doing it like in the real world, is a different experience than doing it in school.
But the thing
in my
is,
opinion,
you're learning the job though, right?
For sure.
When you're working the job.
But
if you're learning the skill of accounting, just for example, you just know like more, like intricacies, because like you can get trained in that accounting to do that job well, but like your knowledge might not be really expansive, you know?
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, just to counter that.
Yeah,
But-
it also just could like going back to sports. It's like okay, you go to the football field every day. You practice the same thing every day. But once it comes game time, and that same drill you've been doing, you might not do it because it's game time. It's just it's just different.
For sure.
I mean, the same thing going into a job. Like
Yeah.
you're like you can't fuck up now because it's like this is hundreds of $1,000s, $1 million on the line. It's like you fuck up, that's your ass. So it's just different. There's more pressure applied.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with you, and to an extent on like college isn't necessary, you know? Like for instance, obviously if you have a technical job, you need to go to school. You just have to learn. Like you can't just learn how to be a doctor online.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My bad.
Like, but
Nah, what was that one dude that did that shit? It was in like Florida. You know that meme?
Oh,
of that, like,
yeah,
that young
bro.
kid. That's
and
just
like
funny.
with schooling, like becoming a doctor, etc. Like the schooling is super long and strenuous because a lot of that schooling, when you're trying to get your doctorate or whatever, you're like actually doing hands-on stuff, you're doing clinical, whatever. But yeah, I mean, obviously for like, especially with like a lot of service jobs, primarily like, you know, learning how to be an entrepreneur, like learning business, like business school doesn't really teach you a lot. Like definitely you need to like start a business or learn from a mentor who's done that. I feel like it's the best way to learn business and operate a business. I've always thought if you like, no offense to people who have business degrees, but I always thought if you get like just a general business degree, you're limiting yourself. Like you should, you know, specialize in something. Also degrees like marketing and advertising, like marketing is so different now. There's so many nuances as we've learned recently to like grow stuff or market stuff.
It's changing every day.
And it changes all the time. And then with technology, like I'm not a marketing major, so I don't know like what they're teaching specifically, but I know like it's just different day to day with the internet.
But it's also probably a lot of older professors teaching it, so they're teaching like they're not up with them.
Shit, they might not even like how to do it on them, like digital,
the
you know,
apps
apps and like.
I was gonna say earlier to your point when you made the joke about being the doctor, getting their degree online. The first thing that came to my mind was that commercial with Homeboy when he was like, "So you're sitting on your couch and you're not doing nothing with your life."
Yeah, dude, that shit's crazy. If I would have saw that, I would have been heated.
You know what? Wait a minute, bro.
Maybe I am, bro.
I think the structure of education and what college has to offer in the aspect of organization and time management,
that's what I was gonna get to.
It's
like top tier.
That to me, I don't think everybody needs college to that point. There's a lot of people who have done what they've done without any form of higher education, but I do think they've implemented the structure, the organization, the accountability, the time management that college puts on you. Because college to me is a real good place for a developmental aspect, right? A lot of people are more so rubber meets the road. They have to have the experience and maybe get slapped around a couple times before they can pick up and go through the trade of what naturally happens. But I feel like it's applying any aspect of how the structure of college is, educating yourself, doing homework, right? It looks different across everything. So, in a untraditional sense, you have somebody who may be pursuing, entrepreneurship, and instead of being in a business class like you would be in college and having homework and assignments that are related to that course, this person instead who's studying entrepreneurship and trying to establish himself in a business may be networking and learning from his peers like he would from a professor. So people who are higher up in the game who have experience, right? Those are his professors, and he spends an allotted amount of time with them like you would in a classroom with the professor. And then the homework is going out on your own and trying new things, doing things. Exactly. And that's more so your grading is based on that. How well was I able to handle this part of what I'm pursuing? So like if you're trying to sell clothes, for example, and that's your homework, and you're putting out your first wave, and you look at everything you do, you look at your releases and how much you're investing and everything when it comes to the clothing, and you do decent, you're like, okay, cool, this is what we did and this is how it came out. I get a 75, that's a passing grade. I wanted to do something maybe a little bit better. Same aspect as homework, right? You kind of get in what you get out of it, but I do think those things can translate regardless of if you go to school or not. So at least within that aspect, that's why I do like college, because for some people, they like just to put it in front of your face organization of this is your structure and this is how things are going to go. And it helps people to translate that. Others, I think, that don't go to college, I think the best ones that do succeed and strive are those that implement the same practices of like if you were in school. Yeah. It's a learning process. Yeah. You got to do things. You got to have experience. You got to repetitively practice things. Yeah. Muscle memory of sorts. Same thing you were making about the drills earlier. You may not do a goddamn T drill in practice, but you're going to do it. The muscle memory of opening up your hips and going side to side, and that movement naturally does translate to the game. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's different applications, I think, right? That's my main point. I think the translation of those elements in whatever you do, if you go to school, if you don't go to school, I think that's what, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to go to college, but if you apply those practices, I think nothing's going to stop you from being successful. Yeah. We see too many people nowadays that just are doing phenomenal for themselves with no sort of higher education.
Yeah. I'll let them go ahead. But yeah, to piggyback off what you're saying, Steve, about like time management and stuff, I think college just teaches you so much things. Like the social aspect of college, like, yeah, you can get a job and work and stuff and you're social. But I think like the social aspect of college, like, especially if you go out of state, like it's forcing you. It's such a challenge just from like growing up, being focused, being, on task. Also, like learning how to study and focus. Like a lot of that stuff, like if you're not going to school, like, just if you don't have that in you, it's really hard to like develop that, because you're like, oh, I'm not really, like, there's no like attainable goal. At least with like an assignment or test, you're like, I got to study, I got to prepare myself, so I'm organized to, if I'm trying to achieve something, I'm getting to that point, And then also, just like the structure, because there's a lot of people who don't go to school and stuff, but they just like, they don't do anything. You get out of school and then it's like they've been doing, you know what I mean? They've been doing the same stuff. Because college, that's like, crazy. It puts you it puts you on a clock, like you're accelerated. You're like, I'm there for 4 years. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna finish, and then I get this job XYZ. There's a lot of people. It's like, oh, like you graduate and it's like, okay, like what have you done? Like you're kind of still like doing the same thing. Like every year is the same. Yeah. And it's like, because there's no kind of clock they're on. Yeah. Besides just like paying their bills, living day to day, whatever the case may be. So I feel like that's like a huge thing. And then also, even though college isn't like really needed now, there's still a reason why like people, like when you do go, the chances of succeeding are just substantially higher. Because I just feel like you get, not even the fact that you just have a higher education, I just think it's like the what you have to go through when you like accomplish something like that, Because like a lot of people, you might have ideas to start a business and stuff, but like executing that is just, I don't know, like there's some kind of accountability, like there's something, because you're not like really working towards something. You don't have the skills set up. Not everyone's like that, but that's why the chances are like, or like the levels are like different, I guess, with that. But I mean, it just kind of depends on what you want to do. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
I think that like really what it comes down to. But I definitely think like like the networking, like all that stuff. Like there's just, I do think if you can afford college, like I would tell everyone to go personally, just for the experience. Like there's nothing like going to college. Like there's nothing like the parties, the networking, being young, like, you know, all that stuff. Like, I don't know. And then like, and also too, like you don't got to work. Like I feel like that's a big thing. Like I'd rather be in school than working, you know? So like, that's also,
I feel like a lot of people in college to work.
a lot do, but like,
Just depends.
but I still feel like
College is expensive. I mean, I would say probably 1% of the people who are at that school, 1% of their parents can afford the college. I would probably say.
I mean,
because
some might get like scholarships.
loans, but you have to pay loans back.
but not right away.
Eventually.
No, but typically you have to pay loans back. But then you go in an apartment, and it's like your parents can't. Some parents can't just afford the apartment and their groceries on top of that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a lot of people have to work in college.
That's true, but even then, I feel like it's still like different. You know, like when you're working, when you're working, and you're like, I'm in college. Like your mindset isn't like, oh, I got to get up every day and work. You know?
You
have something to
you
look
have
forward to.
you have a
least. I don't know.
purpose. You're there to get your degree.
Because it depends too. Because like for Cam and for myself, we were both student athletes, right? So like the time you would spend working, you're spending doing your sport. Now students who just go to class, like let's say all they do is go to their class and that's it, and they have their schedule planned out. They could literally just go to class and then they have the free time that athletes wouldn't have to work. And there's some athletes even at smaller schools that will still have a job, do their sports and go to class and do all that together. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like it just depends, right? Because again, a lot of the time you naturally give to a sport, and obviously Division I athletes, you're not going to see them ever touching any sort of any. No, I don't know. They could be, but
I mean,
probably not.
Point being, where they're at.
Point being is that you're not gonna have a job being in that position, just because a lot of that time is just dedicated purely to the sport of what you're doing, or depending on where you're at and what your gig is, but. I think in that sense, like, there is a good population of college kids that do work. Absolutely. I agree with you on that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, no, for
probably
sure.
at least 50%.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised if, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just, a lot of college kids, though, what are they doing typically? They're doing, like, retail or they're
restaurants.
Yeah, restaurants.
Yeah, typically like
service
industry job.
Yeah. I may go home and do a summer job, you know what I'm saying?
Or work study.
Yeah,
working at the
literally,
school.
bro, like. True. I'm telling you, that's what I did. Work study was easy, bro. Because I was a tutor, so literally in the spring, bro, I would like.
Who were you tutoring?
Look. No, we had a learning center, and so I used to basically they had students if they were in like some form of academic. Academic probationary period, stuff like that. They would come and see us.
Slick. I know what you were really.
Bro, I was one of the best.
You were shooting. You were shooting in there.
I bet you were.
Yeah,
bro,
I bet you were.
All of my kids, like all
the kids you made.
Kids.
All of my peers, all of my 2Ds or whatever you call somebody who's all of the people that I was with that I mentored, they were either my teammates or they were like people I knew and had like pre-existing. And I probably had one girl my entire time I was there, and nothing. Nothing,
What for
bro.
a reason?
Very plutonic. So that's what I'm saying. But Pete, man, it was, like I said, it was easy. The point of it is that it was easy and it intertwined with my schedule so smooth because it was an hourly thing. Yeah. So like if I, we got off at 6. Sometimes sessions ran up to 8 or 9 at the learning center. So I could go from spring ball to dinner to knocking out homework, and then I have 2 tutoring sessions for 2 hours and I get paid for it. So, it's easy. That made sense, right? But I'm not gonna go work no roadhouse shift for 7 hours, bro. If I don't have to, I would rather not. I get there. There's people who do, but
I'm more power to you, man. For real.
For real.
That shit's tough. Full-time student, or like in working shit. Some
of them are full-time both.
So
that shit's crazy,
that's
bro.
tough, for real.
That's no social life.
I mean, some people who get their masters are like that.
Yeah. Now, I went to school out of college, and it wasn't the same. But even taking three classes, while working a full-time job, I'm like, damn, bro. And I'm sitting at a desk. I'm not even doing service industry stuff. So I already know how mentally grueling that is.
My I guess the first time I say it on camera, my girlfriend, she's going. Y'all are fools.
I don't know. That was so funny to me.
Y'all hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, wow. You're done.
You're right.
Anyways, my girlfriend, she is going for her master's. She's gonna do it online. She's gonna do it online, but I mean, she still has a full-time job, and she's gonna be still trying to go for her master's.
And she's in the educational field, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like that's what a lot of like everybody I know that's done they always get their masters. Like all
I feel like you kind of like have to, right? Yeah.
Same thing. Well, because she was debating on whether to go to like higher education for like her master's, but I think she's switching it to like some kind of marketing.
Okay, fire.
She gonna help with the business or what?
Hey.
Yeah, no,
Boy got a head coach mentality. Hey, facts.
Let Lowe's like be like
I think she's applying to the University of LSU.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. She's trying to get away from that A&M. She's trying to get some real SEC.
She never went there.
Oh, just
Her
fan.
her sisters go there.
Okay.
You said
LSU.
you said the University of.
Oh well, yeah, but she went to. She went.
know what
She's
you mean.
yeah.
No, I was thinking that too. I just didn't say nothing. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
I knew what you meant.
She went to Texas State.
Okay.
Eat 'em up.
Eat 'em up, cats.
Eat 'em up,
Oh, yeah,
cats.
so-
What, I was gonna throw that. I don't even know what is your hand sign, bro.
What is it? There's
That's
it's like
and then
it's like that, yeah. See, that's my second school though, so
Yeah, that's just it.
like I was there so much, it might have been my second college. You know what
Why?
I'm saying? You know, I was out having fun with.
You were in Colorado in school. How'd you come to Texas
I'm
State?
talking about after I was on the square,
I'm doing what?
just having fun, bro. Just drinking and having fun with CJ. You know,
Vibing,
catching
yeah.
vibes.
You know what I'm saying?
All that. You know. Hey, don't expose me now.
I ain't say nothing.
I said when I was. That boy said when I was 21, I was dropping.
Yeah.
Boy said when I was 21, I was dropping 30.
That might be on the
back in my day.
That'll be on the Patreon. Full episodes coming soon.
Coming soon, real soon.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna move on to sports. A lot of sports are going on.
Yeah.
NBA playoffs
on
been
right
going
now.
crazy. NFL draft, football. I guess we can talk about the playoffs because you got that Celtic shit on and then
Yeah, talk about
y'all
it.
caught that L.
Let's hear it. What's going through your head right now as a Celtics fan?
So statistically speaking, this game was kind of crazy because I said it to y'all before. Like this is this is nuts, bro. Legit. Like you got to think. Like so.
Statistically speaking,
I told you.
According to my
and
calculations.
Yeah, what's my calculations?
Stop playing with me. Look, all right. Look, I'm gonna say this.
Let me
I'm
turn
gonna say this real clear. All right.
Let's hear it. Talk to me.
We share the same birthday, funny enough. The 76ers, only 2 wins, well now 3, but the first 2 wins of the series for them came by a combined total of 5 points. I told y'all this, right?
Correct.
The Celtics had won both of their games by a combined 46 points, or somewhere in that upper 40s measure, right?
Yeah.
It also took the Sixers to go to overtime in those games. And then the last game, we literally lost because Marcus Smart just needed 0.3 more seconds to let that ball fly out of his hand. So I'm coming to this game thinking we're back at TD. We're giving them a good game. Like, there's no way coming back home that we're going to lose.
Yeah.
I don't know what got into the MVP and Tyrese Maxey, but we also shot terrible. No, we shot horrible. We shot horrendous. So either one or two things are going to happen. And I'm saying this now. You can come back to this. Either we go back in that locker room, we get our comeuppance together, we go to the Wells Fargo Center, and Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown both drop about 90 points combined, and we come out of there to force a Game 7 back at TD Garden. You heard me. They dropped 90.
Hey, let them know on the camera, bro.
They
Stop
dropped
yelling
90
at
combined,
us.
right? Right. The Celtics are going to play a phenomenal lights-out game in the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Bring it back to TD Garden,
I hope that,
and they're
I
gonna
hope
win.
this-
They're gonna win a very.
If this doesn't go like that, please clip that shit.
bro.
And then he knew he fucked up.
They're gonna win a very raunchy Game 7, and we're gonna go to our 6th or 7th Eastern Conference Finals in like the last 6 years.
And
7
no
years?
chips. That's crazy.
6 or 11, 6 out of 7
Five
in the last 6
five
years.
in the last 7 years. My bad. Five in the last
Yeah,
7
that
years.
math wasn't mathing.
I know. I had to like rethink.
Yeah, I was
but
like,
5 in the
that's
last
every
7.
year, though.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, we were playing.
That wasn't math.
They were playing. Y'all played LeBron a couple
We played
times?
LeBron majority of that time, and then we lost to the Heat in the bubble. But aside from
Yep.
that, last year we beat the Bucks.
Yep.
Yeah.
We beat the Bucks. So
And the Bucks beat you that year they won.
they beat us. So it's funny because when we went to the finals last year, we called it the revenge tour because we had beat all 3 teams that had knocked us out of the playoffs those previous 3 years. We sweep the Nets. They beat us the year before when we lost Jaylen Brown. We beat the Heat, who beat us when they went on to play LeBron in the bubble because we played them in Eastern Conference Finals, and then we played the Bucks, and they beat us that very first year. So, we beat all of them, and then we go play Curry, and I'm thinking, we're gonna beat them.
And that's when we were like, damn, Curry's really him.
Like that, yeah.
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 Damn.
Generational talent, greatest of all, one of the greatest of all time. LeBron is my GOAT, but that's a different story.
Yeah, speaking on them too, I mean,
That's the only series I've been watching. That series has been exciting.
yeah. And it's just like you just have to, like, LeBron versus Curry, like we might not see them in a playoff series again.
Playing each other since 2009, bro.
I turned on because I forgot what I was doing, but I just threw the first game on. And I was supposed to go to bed. I was tired. I was supposed to go to sleep. Oh, it was a Tuesday. I don't know what I was doing, but I had to go to the
I had to go to work in the morning. And
then
Boy said I had to be in the office.
But like I turned it on. I think I was editing a Let's Play or something, or rendering something. I was doing something. I forgot.
Check that out.
Yeah.
Go check that out, Clinics.
But
Resident Evil 4
I was
remake
like,
gameplay out now.
I'll just watch the first half, and then like it was just exciting, and the second half
that
was
turned
exciting.
into you staying
and then
up.
I was like, damn, I
That's
gotta
how
watch this
yesterday
whole
was
game.
low key.
Yeah,
That was a
and then I was like,
I
oh
was
man, I gotta
looking
watch
tired.
game 2 now, just because the first one was so exciting, but then they smoked them, and then it's just been a fun series.
Every game
just
for
good
the most part has
basketball,
been
man.
really good.
I mean, all these series have been crazy.
Yeah.
Like right now, like you guys can't see it, but the Sun and Nuggets are playing that series.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Right
Yep,
now.
2-2 right now.
And then Miami and the Knicks, boy, the Knicks about to lose in 5. It looks like
Yeah.
Jimmy
But-
Butler is really big. Postseason Jimmy Butler might be one of the
Did
best
the Knicks
players
lose
of
to
all
them
time.
when Jimmy was out? The first game, right?
Yes, no,
No, the
did
Knicks
lose.
won the first game, or they lost.
They lost the second.
They lost the second
They
game.
lost the second game.
Yeah.
Was Jimmy out that game? Because he was at the
No,
first
he
game,
injured
right?
his game in game. He injured his foot in game 1, and then sat out game 2, and they lost.
So he
And they-
lost. They lost when he was out.
Yes.
Oh, I thought they won with it. No,
Yeah,
you're
because
right.
they won
Nah.
game 1 in Madison Square, and then they lost.
That's when he hurt himself. Yeah, he
and
played.
then they won the
They've won the
Miami.
last 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But like even those games, like that's
Yeah, it's a great
the
series.
Heat are up 3-1, but that's still a good ass series. Like
Yeah.
the Knicks could like fuck around and like
All they
Julius
gotta do is win
Randle
this
looks
next
like
game.
the next coming of like
Which-
fucking Melo or some
They have
shit.
a more well-rounded team, you would think, too, because
Yeah,
you
no,
got
they
to
do.
think about it. Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, Emmanuel Quickly was out last
RJ
game, too.
Barrett.
He's a
RJ
great bucket off the
Barrett.
bench. RJ Barrett's kind of coming into his own.
Yeah,
His
he
player.
had like
Mitchell
27 last
Robinson's
game.
really good.
Yeah, like-
Yeah.
Good defender.
Mitchell Robinson is on that team, too.
Yeah.
Like, you got a lot of good players. The Heat aren't a bad team, but
They
without
got
Jimmy
Jimmy
Butler,
Butler.
they play significantly
They got
different.
Lowry.
Yes, but he comes off the bench.
he comes
now.
out, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie.
They have Lowry and Kevin Love. That's like
Yeah,
the biggest
coming into
three
this
names,
playoffs,
would
I
say.
did not expect them to beat the Bucks at all.
No, bro.
At
And
all.
they were in the play-in, and then they beat the Bucks, and it's like, damn, all right.
Like beat them in 5 too.
Yeah,
like,
it
not
wasn't
even
even
like,
like a-
it wasn't even a series. It was
Yeah.
like
Even if the Celtics beat the
Gentleman's
76ers, that's what I'm most concerned about. Is if we somehow do win the series, all jokes aside, like Jimmy Butler is the most concerning person coming out of the East. I don't care what anybody says. Because he has that he has
he's
that
a-
Kobe.
he's a
He has
dog.
that killer mentality, bro.
Playoff,
Yeah.
like playoff, and he remember that he was like, I'd be doing this. Like I'm not just a playoff
oh
player.
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know, he like activates a different mode when he's in the
Yeah.
playoffs. It's ridiculous.
Different.
Like even bro, last year.
I see zero dark 30 LeBron in that man in the
It's
Heat jersey.
ridiculous.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That man has a different type of energy.
Yeah, I like, bro. He's like one of my favorite players, low key. I just like the way he plays, bro. Like,
Yeah.
he's just a no nonsense guy, and he like gets it done.
He's a
It's
dog.
that Texas soul. What do you
Yeah,
expect?
for real. Tom Ball, Texas.
Tom Ball, Texas.
Ball, Texas.
Oh yeah. Then what's the other
TJC.
one? Suns Nuggets.
Suns Nuggets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we touched on
Yeah, we
all
said
of them. Yeah,
Nikola
there's only
Jokic
four.
giving 53 and a loss.
53 in the
Yeah.
loss
Yeah.
though. Yeah, that's
That's
crazy.
probably-
Yeah, Devin Booker's going crazy too.
Yo,
They posted
let-
like a stat of him. He's been
His
dropping,
last,
like,
yeah, bro.
like,
his shooting efficiency
bro,
is nuts.
Efficient,
Bro.
bro.
Like
I was like the
75%
Warriors
or
on game
some
2.
shit.
Yeah,
That like he's
efficient, man.
I'm telling you, man. D Book is that like D Book has been that guy. I hate the fact it's taken him this long to get some love on that Suns team.
Yeah.
But the last 3 years, bro, they've been a pretty good ball club.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
we
mean,
forget
they went
he
to the
did drop
finals.
72, like when you
Against
on
the
y'all,
Celtics. Against the Celtics.
man.
History.
And guess what? He still lost that game. He still lost that game.
Yeah, that's all that matters,
Yeah,
right?
dropped
Hey.
71, but guess what? Take this home.
Hey,
How about that?
Hey, Braun broke the all-time scoring record against the Thunder,
Thunder,
but the
he
Thunder Thunder still caught a
still
dub,
won,
so
you know
that's
what
all
I'm
that
saying?
matters.
That's why he knocked y'all out the playoffs. So what's up? What's up? What's up? Greatest of all time at 38 years old. Talk to me.
Hey, no, bro.
Yo,
My go for sure.
Definitely went crazy, bro. Y'all are a nasty little squad. I'm excited to see what y'all do next year.
Yeah,
Yeah, me
that's
too.
what I was saying to y'all, bro. I was like, man, I just kind of want to fast forward to this next
Facts.
off season, see what happens, who we draft and stuff like that, and then
Boy, Sam
the
Prissy
outcome-
got them picks on hold like
Bro,
Rapunzel and
I'm
Castle,
curious
bro.
to see what they do. I hope they just
Crazy.
build around Shea and they're just like, you know, trade maybe get like a piece. We need a center.
Y'all need a
we have
veteran.
Shea,
Yeah, we
but
have
like,
Chet, yeah.
but like some depth maybe. I don't know, like
Y'all,
something.
y'all need.
J-Dub.
I think one veteran on your team, like what Chris Paul did to y'all's team.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, we were
someone
talking
like
about
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If y'all could get somebody like that just to
Yeah.
be around y'all's guys,
like a Jimmy
bro.
Butler or something.
Yeah, bro. That
See,
dang,
they need
look,
that, bro.
that almost made me get up out my chair.
You know what I mean?
That would be like 2 championships back to back in my
Bro,
opinion.
That'd be crazy.
They start Giddy, Shea, Jimmy, and then what's his name, the rookie? Because he's kind of big. He's like 6'9".
Y'all don't think they would start Jalen, or you think he'd be 6 man?
Who?
Jalen Williams?
Jalen
He
Williams.
could start, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because you'd have Josh Giddey, you'd have
Dort
Shy.
be the 6th man.
Oh
yeah, Dort.
Yeah, he would. That'd be nasty.
Shit,
too.
or they could play Jimmy at like the 4 or something,
Yeah.
bro.
They
Play
in
could go
today's
small
league,
ball.
Yeah.
Dort,
Yeah.
Dort be the 2, and then
Shea be the 3. Shea, yeah.
no, Shea be the 1.
Could
Giddy be the
Josh-
3.
Yeah.
Dort be the 2.
the 2.
Butler, that'd be fire.
Yeah.
Chet.
Butler and Che.
I just want to see how he plays, man.
Hope he's good.
I hope he's like a KD or
Yeah,
some
bro,
shit,
just, like, got a bag on
because
him.
he does have a bag, bro.
He just needs a little bit of size. That's
Yeah,
it.
but I feel like that's the
A
thing that we
little
were
bit of
saying about
size.
KD too, though.
Yeah,
KD
and then they were just like, he's just going to score, so it doesn't even matter.
Well,
And-
KD could play defense, but do you think KD has ever been an elite defender?
Not until recently.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I mean?
I think when he went to the Warriors is when he became an elite defender because he didn't have to worry about being the main scorer.
that boy also
like
had
that.
2 other all-star defenders on
exactly.
his team at the you know what I'm saying?
So he just got better and it's something. Oh my
Oh,
gosh!
my goodness.
Devin Booker just hit a half court shot.
Of course he did. He's there.
But he didn't have to. He didn't have to like be just the main person like handling the ball. Like that takes a lot of energy, bro. Like
Yeah.
Harden,
I mean, your
Harden
legs are
when
just
he
always
was
going.
when he was in Houston and shit, bro. Like that's why he wasn't playing defense. Like you see his team.
That's true.
Anyway, that's besides the point.
no, but to your point, yeah.
No,
that's fair.
Oklahoma City. I'm ready to see what they do
Thunder
with this. Yeah, Thunder up, man. Facts.
Thunder up,
I
man.
feel like the
That's-
future's
boy.
bright.
Bro,
For
I've
real.
been a Thunder him.
Right.
Yes, bro. All
That
my,
man got a. That man got
Nah,
a.
bro,
that man
that's
got a.
actually gonna piss me off.
That man got a Warriors jersey, not even a Thunder jersey, bro.
because I like Curry.
Is that true? I thought you had a Thunder jersey.
I used to have a Westbrook one, but it's shrunk. It's small.
That man just
I'm
got
about to
swole.
say.
He just
Bro,
got
I'll tell you right
That's
now.
really what it was. I was like, I'm about to say, I
been
thought
a
I've seen a
Thunder fan
jersey.
my whole
No,
life.
he had a
Since
Westbrook jersey.
the Thunder
Like
were a
literally
team.
since they were made. It's
Yeah.
only a pro team in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's right, huh?
Yes.
It's crazy to
That's
think
kinda
that they're
sick.
such a young franchise too.
Yeah.
Technically,
What, like 15 years or something like that?
Since they moved over from Seattle, it was
what was
09.
it? 09?
09,
Yeah. We just talked about it
Yeah,
earlier.
15 years.
15 years.
Yeah.
So
And they've already been to one finals,
one finals.
One
yeah.
finals.
a few conference finals.
We're gonna have
yeah.
the-
One finals and 2 conference finals, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
30 for 30 gonna make me sick, bro. They talk about this, like, bro. They have
The Thunder
literally
buddies.
Three generational.
The Thunder
buddies.
buddies.
I'm already
Like,
seeing it
top
right now.
25 players.
Thunderstruck.
Yeah.
But I don't think those are players that can stay together.
Who?
Those
I mean,
3
not-
people.
No, but like,
I mean, Westbrook, James, and KD didn't stay together.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
what
who
I'm
he's talking
Oh,
about.
I thought you were talking about like the
Yeah,
new cats.
that can't be
Oh.
like. I don't think they would have been like.
yeah, because
a
I
good
mean,
team.
James
James-
was a 6 man. And he was like, bro, I'm cold. Like, let
And
me,
you
go,
s-
let me go start
But
somewhere.
you also see again how their careers have respectively played out. So I mean, that's hindsight is always 2020.
Yeah, for
At
sure.
that time, everything worked perfect for them because if it wasn't Westbrook or KD, you knew you could put your second
Harden,
unit in, and
yeah.
Harden was going
I'm
to give
saying,
you
like,
just
I
as
don't
many
think that
buckets
team,
as.
I'm saying I don't think that team would have been able to stay together because of the type of players they are.
No, absolutely. But again, that's
sure.
why I say hindsight is 2020. James
Oh,
Harden
yeah.
at that point in time was perfect for it, but then he wants to go and hang out with little baby, so of course he wants the spotlight on him. You know what I mean? He's James Big Buckets Harden, bro. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, no.
MVP. What was it, MVP?
All
You know?
3 MVPs playing with each other
It's
on the
like-
same team.
Bro, crazy.
Not every team
shit's
can
so
do like
hard.
what the Warriors did. Like you have to be unselfish to be able to play on that team, and they made it work.
Do you think
Because
Clay?
at first we didn't think it would because there's too many like there wasn't enough just touches to go around, but they made that shit work.
I'm telling you like this though. Klay Thompson is an off the ball guy, and Draymond Green, phenomenal player first of all, but is not a.
He's not. He's a scoring threat.
That's what I'm saying.
He's a great player, but not a
One of the greatest.
offensive
Like he's a
player.
great facilitator. Offensive
He's
minded.
a
Defender.
great like basketball player with like no offense. Like
Yeah.
mid-app offense.
He's that guy that you would hate to go against, but you would love to have on
like
your
if he's
team.
scoring
Exactly.
like 15 points, you got a problem.
That's
Like,
like,
the team,
yeah, like
is
he
playing-
kind of
yeah.
ate.
That's what
Like,
I'm
He's
saying.
cooking, bro.
Yeah, he's cooking your shit.
He's like
Like-
getting 10 probably.
Yeah.
Like the reason you didn't get that with the Thunder is because Westbrook. And I know it's a side tangent, but it's because Westbrook, Harden, and KD are all the same person on the offensive side. They
they're all
need the
ball
ball in
dominant
their
players.
hands to make something work. But KD and Steph, I don't know how they did it for as long as they did
KD's
it.
probably the more off-ball player out of those two.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's because Steph's naturally a point guard. KD just if
Well,
he has the ball, in his-
Harden and Russ.
which is crazy to me.
Bro, they were all like teammates with each other later on after their careers. Like that shit's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just nasty because again, I feel like they're all the same. They needed the ball in their hands offensively to make it happen. Klay Thompson, he could just hit 7 dribbles, score 42 points. You know
Come
what I'm
off
saying?
Not
screens, hit a
even.
three. Yeah.
We were watching the game the other day. Homie just passed it right here, and it was
Oh yeah, hell.
Like as hell.
They just passed it to him right in the corner, bro. and
like he wasn't even. He
Pulled
didn't
that
like,
shit.
really
Didn't even
look
think
at the-
about it.
Yeah, didn't even look at the goal. He just boom. I was like, all right, bro.
That's disgusting, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
shooter. Talk about the NFL a little bit.
No.
All right, so we're gonna talk about some NFL. The draft just happened. The draft was super fire. I think a lot of teams, upgraded at talent, and then obviously Lamar got paid. Shout out to the boy. You know what I'm saying? He said it's about to be a whole lot of flock going on. You know what I'm saying? They finally paid my man. No agent too. Shout out Lamar. A-Rod to the Jets.
Is that the first person to do that?
I don't know if he's the first person to not have an agent, but he has to be one of the first highest paid players to not have an agent. He saves. I think he saved like $8 million or like $8 to $12 million for not having an agent because that's what the agent would have got. Jeez. And I was like, I mean, yeah, his contract is fire, but bro, $8 to $12 million, it's like you can save it.
I saw today that the Chiefs are supposed to restructure Mahomes to make him the highest paid player ever.
Bro,
He's already got a $500 million contract.
Yeah, but I
it's like-
think they're trying to make him the number one salary because he's 7th right now in salary per year.
yeah, because his contract he got front loaded, back loaded. In the middle is kind of like okay.
It's a team-friendly contract, too. So.
Yeah, which is what you should do. I mean, if you're trying to win, you have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, what are y'all's thoughts on the NFL right now, like the draft and all that stuff going on? A-Rod as
It's
well.
exciting. I mean, it's exciting, and for I don't know, for a while, our division was like the quote unquote laughing stock, but now it's like
It was called
The-
NFC least.
Yeah.
for sure.
now it's like the best division in football,
Yeah.
arguably. So
Yeah,
that's
that schedule
cool.
thing you sent me.
Because what I sent them earlier was like the Eagles have the hardest schedule. The second hardest schedule I think is like the Colts. Then like the third hardest schedule is the Cowboys, the Giants, and that's it. That was like the top 5 teams with the hardest schedules.
Yeah, I might go easy on the Cowboys this year because of their schedule.
I ain't gonna get into that, man.
Hey, I mean, look.
They got a good team.
Shout out Deuce Vaughn, Syntax product. Shout out Sacrifice Training. Went to
Facts.
Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Love it over there. Hey, I don't know Dallas. I mean, like I said, y'all got a good team, but it's just you know how Dallas is, bro. It's just like,
No, it's not like you know how Dallas is.
bro, what do
You know how
mean?
Dak is.
Yeah, we won't. I told you, bro.
Exactly.
They get
Yeah, that's why I ain't gonna
they
get into
somebody
it.
swaggy, you know.
I ain't gonna get
I'm
into
not
it.
fuck
You know
with
how
them.
Dak is. That's all I'm gonna say.
And then
Leave it at that.
the Eagles over here are becoming the Eagle Bulldogs.
For real.
Bro, literally,
yeah.
literally drafted Georgia's historic defenses, like all the, which is crazy. Like, how are these people just falling to them? Which is crazy to me.
I feel like that's like one of just those things like even if like those type of players are available, like they're gonna take what they need.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's what it
Well,
seems like.
just kind of. They're becoming like the Clemson's defense now. They just have so many players where they can drop because not every team needs a defensive lineman. Not every team
Exactly.
needs a linebacker. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like if they can drop that falling there because a lot of teams I feel like need offense right now.
What's crazy too is a lot of like these guys that are being drafted weren't even, didn't even play a whole lot. Well, they played a lot in college, but they weren't like the guy. Like they rotate and stuff. So it's just crazy showing like the depth of like these defenses and how these guys are just able to get picked up and stuff. You know, it's crazy. And
Yeah.
I read something too that they're saying like a reason why a lot of like NFL teams are drafting like from the same college or from dudes who played in the same conference or know each other is because they're trying to make that college like chemistry
Yeah,
locker
I
room
saw-
in the
I heard
NFL.
that, yeah.
And I was like, that's pretty interesting because didn't even think
not a
about that,
bad
which I
idea.
don't know why, but it does sound like a good idea. Like you played with this guy, you're familiar with him, you know him. Like
Yeah.
it's a lot different than playing with somebody that, you know, you see like, oh, I know he's a good player, but like it's a whole different dynamic when you're a pro. So like to keep that, you know, from the college level up, it's probably like a, I mean, it looks like it's working right now for the Eagles, but
For sure, yeah.
they also got DeAndre Swift. I was like,
Yeah.
for nothing, like for pennies. So, but yeah, I mean, the draft has been crazy. I mean, I said Will Levis wasn't going first round. And
Sorry to cut you off,
Go ahead.
but the Cowboys are still the type of team to beat the Eagles. Like
Oh,
that's
yeah,
a
for
team that
sure.
we're not supposed to beat, and we're just the type of team to beat.
Shout
them.
out CD, he kills.
It's
it.
just like,
he's
bro,
an Eagles
like
player.
it just doesn't make sense. Like
For
we'll
real.
go and beat like the best teams, but just lose to just dumb shit.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, y'all lost to the 49ers last year. That's okay.
I mean,
Like,
they had Zeke at center for like.
bro, that
last
play at
play.
the
I don't
end,
understand that.
They ran that swinging gate,
dare,
you know,
no.
from high school. They make
Okay,
you prepare
but
for
let's
that
face
shit.
it, we should have beat the 49ers. Yeah, we lost to the 49ers, but we should have beat the
They had Brock
49ers.
Purdy, you know what I'm saying?
Not even that. They're just like nobody. Like our defense played phenomenal that game.
Yeah,
A quarterback on the other end
yeah, he did throw
too
what,
much.
like 2 picks.
threw 2 picks.
Yeah, that was costly.
The one was in the beginning. It was a pick 6,
There you go.
And then
Y'all
another
lost
one
by
was-
what, like 3?
something like that.
I thought
Yeah.
it was like 19 or something.
no,
It was like 13 to 16, 16 to
it
13.
was
It was low
It was a
scoring,
low
yeah.
scoring
It was a
game.
scoring game.
Yeah.
But then he threw another one like towards the end of the game. And that was just another pick. And it's like, dude,
That's Dak for you, right? It's your boy.
let's see. It was
Dakota Rain Prescott, shouts Scabelis.
12-19.
Yeah, I was very low
Jeez.
scoring.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Gross.
you know, the draft was fire. I mean, I'm hoping to see these guys ball out. I'm excited for
It was cool
rookies.
because it was kind of like
Shao Bijan too.
it was just like it was one of the it was I feel like a only draft that I've watched that was just kind of unpredictable. You didn't really know who
Oh,
was going to
for
go
sure,
anywhere.
yeah.
That was
Especially,
kind of
like,
dope.
Especially like once, because I mean, we heard so many things about like
Even the
CJ
first overall
Stroud.
pick,
Yeah,
yeah.
And then once I was like, all right, Bryce, you might not go number 1, but you kind of had that feeling. And then he went, and then all right, it was like it's trying to be CJ, but we don't know. CJ went, and then the Texans traded
up.
up. I'm like, whoa, all right,
And
like
take Will Anderson.
I don't know what's gonna happen now, you know. So it was dope, and even like. I never really watched like the next couple days because like it's on when you know I'm not trying to watch it, but I'll like keep up with updates. And bro,
It is long.
like the
long
talent
for
and
a
stuff,
time.
like the Dolphins got like
Cam
a
Smith.
chain from A&M, and like you know how the
running back?
yes, you know how the Dolphins are like just a fast team. I'm like, bro, they're getting
Fucking
one of the
speed
fastest
horse.
running backs, and they're over there making a track team. So it's cool to kind of see these college players, and if you like watch college football and the NFL, you're like, oh, like I could see them already in this system, and it's dope. So
Yeah.
Now, let me ask y'all this
Go ahead.
question: Who do y'all think is going to be like the sleeper pick of this draft?
That's hard. 'Cause
Defense or
there's-
offense?
It's hard because
Either.
there's just so many. And
Damn.
Who do
this
y'all
draft,
think? Who do y'all think?
I feel like this
Well,
draft
I think
wasn't.
I got my answer.
I feel like this draft wasn't like a exciting draft, so to say. Like the players that came out weren't like, oh my god. I am, in my opinion.
who wasn't? You got Will Anderson, Jackson Smith and Jigba,
Like after
Bijan.
Bijan.
after like the first 10 picks.
I know Jackson went after.
Bryce
That's
that.
what I'm saying, like, after
Bryce
the-
Young. I mean, the number one pick.
Well,
You
I'm
know
saying
what I mean?
after the first 10 picks, it was just kind of like I would say they weren't as big as names as we typically get in the first round. I feel like
I mean,
Shit,
Jordan
Jackson
Addison.
Smith,
Um,
Jordan
He's a big
Addison, those are big names.
I feel like a lot of people don't know Jordan Addison.
I mean, he won the
They
Bush.
should.
Just,
They-
just
they
because
know
he,
what they
but,
should.
no, he won that, but he won it at Pitt, and that's why I feel like they don't know him.
I know, but he went to
and he
USC.
like Pitt, after, but
Yeah.
Pitt didn't get like they don't get much TV time.
That's not true.
Depends. You have to
Pitt
see
is
that
like they're pretty. That's a good program. They have like six national.
Historically, yeah.
I mean, I know. Think about the people they pit in: Darrell Revis, Larry Fitzgerald, Tony
yeah.
Dorsett, Dan Marino. Like, bro, these are like goats.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like they don't.
Aaron
they don't
Donald?
get. They don't
Bro,
get
like,
like
yeah,
TV time like that.
Yeah.
But it just I feel like there's just a lot of like sleeper. This was like a sleeper draft.
Yeah, I feel like if
So
you,
like I don't know because it is hard. There's a lot of like
Yeah.
good talent throughout all 7 rounds.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's people like the receiver from Tennessee, Hyatt. He went in the 5th round to the Giants. Like, he fell. You have what's his name? Porter Jr. fell to the 2nd round. Went to the Steelers.
Dewan
Like,
Jones, or what's his name? Dewan Jones from Ohio State, that big guy.
Yeah.
The right tackle. He fell pretty hard.
bro, there's a white cornerback got drafted in the 3rd round. Shout out Riley Moss, plays for the Iowa Hawkeyes. We'll see. It's an anomaly. There hasn't been a white corner since Richard C. Or what's his name? Not
The guy that got his ass beat by Andre
the
Johnson.
dude. No,
Court Finnegan.
no. He was in white.
He's
though.
not. He's mixed.
Yeah, he's not white. It was the dude that
He's
played.
talking
He played
about
for
a
like
full
the Giants
Caucasian.
or whatever. But I'll look him up.
So
but
who's your sleeper pick, Lon?
My sleeper pick. I'm gonna be a little biased. I'm gonna say Rashee Rice from SMU. It's cold. He had over 1,300 yards and like 10 touchdowns at SMU. And they were very
he's good.
pass heavy team. So
I think whenever I was making like those little highlight reels, I remember like him being like or not even highlight, just like showing who like led that week in like receiving yards or rushing yards.
I think I put him on my like underrated like prospects.
Kat
like,
used to talk to me about because her uncle coached him in high school.
Really?
Yeah, he's
okay.
cool.
Bet.
So I knew who he was. I was like, oh yeah, he's nice.
We'll let you.
I don't know if
or-
I can say
or you?
he's
you know?
a sleeper pick, but I would say just because he didn't play his last season of college, I don't think he did. Jackson Smith.
He played against Notre Dame the first half and they got
First
hurt.
half, and that was it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was game one, week 1.
Yeah, and so he just like missed that whole.
Yeah.
He could have came back, right? But he said not
Yeah,
to
he
play.
just kind of, he was like, it was one of those, like, if it could hurt.
Yeah.
You know, it was one of those. And they didn't need him, like, because obviously Marvin Harrison Jr.
was going crazy.
And who's number 2? Emeka, Abugba or whatever. Ohio State over there cheating. They got Brian Hartline cheating, but yeah.
Wasn't it number 2?
Emeka,
yeah.
Buka, something
Yeah,
like
and
that.
then Julian Fleming, like, bro, y'all have receivers out there.
I don't know if I can say he's a sleeper pick, but just because he didn't really play like a whole
Like,
season,
let me remind you type deal.
Yeah, because he was cold.
There's some doubts about him, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think.
Actually, I think DeMarvin Overshawn might be a sleeper pick for the Cowboys. He's pretty cold. He's like a missile.
he's good. Well, it'll be interesting.
Like, if you
It
watch
depends on
Texas
how they
football, you
use
know
him.
how he's good.
It depends on how he uses him. I also think, yeah.
I mean, he'll be poor. I feel like he's gonna be more of like probably like a cover player because he's just fast.
Like Anthony Barr was last year.
yeah, he's just fast. He can get sideline to sideline quick, and that might be why they're trying to move Micah to defensive end, so he like replaces Micah, so to say.
I think, dude, I'm just thinking about OU players. I do think all 3 of them are going to be sleepers, like Mims, because of the teams they went to. Like, I think Mims, you let him fly with Sean Payton, like he's going to get him open in Denver.
forgot he went to the Broncos.
And then you have Eric Gray. Like, I think he's going to be a great complimentary backup for Saquon in the Giants. And then you have like Braden Willis. Like, he went in the 7th round, but like, I mean, he literally was a QB against Texas in the game we got smacked in, right? But he's a great like football player, and he went to the 49ers. And like, I was like, that's the perfect team for him to go to because he can learn from Juszczyk and Kelsey, and he'll play like probably the same positions. Like, I was just like, man, they got a steal on him because he had like a 3rd round grade, falls to a great team in the 7th round who runs the ball and shit. And I was just like,
Damn.
all right, but that's if you like really watch football. If I had to say someone for like the casual fan, I'd probably say like, man, I don't know. I really like Zay Flowers, bro.
Yeah, Flowers
A
is cold.
lot. Did he go to Chargers, right? No,
You
where'd
know,
he go?
Ravens.
See, and
Quentin
like,
Johnson went to the Chargers.
See, now that's who I think is gonna be a bust. I think, but
Quentin Johnson.
yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not like. I just don't think he was the best one because like, yeah, he was good at TCU, but bro, there was games where he was just catching with his body, bro. Like me and Carl was talking about it. We were like,
Yeah.
he is good, but like. In the NFL, man, you can't like, bro. The windows.
You
are
gotta be strong.
Yeah, the windows are so tight, and you cannot catch with your body. You have to go pluck the ball. Like the DBs will pick that off.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Should have said Stetson.
hell no. I mean, he didn't go to. Like I said, he's gonna be playing for Sean McVay, so he could get corrected. You know?
Corrected, man. Got 2 natties, boy.
Oh my god.
Put some respect on his
Who do you
name.
think is gonna be the best QB out of this class?
I would hope CJ Stroud, just because Ohio State. But
It just depends on what they do over there in Houston.
I like D'Amico so much.
That's hard.
Yeah, because you got to look at
Yeah.
situation. And
Yeah,
all that. And
that's
then
what I'm
obviously
trying
you
to
can't
think.
predict.
You can't. I feel like who's set up for success, not in like team wise, is probably Stetson the most because who's getting coached by.
for sure.
For sure.
What do you think about Hendon Hooker? Or
Where'd he
Anthony
go?
Richardson? He went to the Lions.
Yeah, he went to the Lions.
3rd round.
He's
that's
the-
that's a
yeah,
good pick.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They have good offense too. Lions do.
Shit,
I don't know, like, cause Will Levis. I don't know who's like. No, I'm just saying, like, I don't know who's on the Colts.
He
like,
went to the Titans.
Like coaching wise, like the Titans that will like be able to.
Oh, their
help
coach
him.
is great. They
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel. He's a great coach, but like the Titans are
just like quarterback position.
yeah,
wise,
they're
at
just gonna
least.
be bad though. Like they have no offensive line. Like they're gonna be the worst team in that division. I think
Probably.
Like I think the Texans will be better than them, and they also have a good coach. Like the Texans coach knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
I'm gonna be honest. Like,
I think
don't
CJ Stroud.
Yeah, let's say.
To be honest, because I think Bryce is like he's cold, but like
I'm hoping for
I don't know,
Bryce.
man. I want Bryce to be the
honestly.
best, but like I just think like he is small and stuff. Like I don't know. Like if he gets hit, like I think he'll be fine. He played in the SEC, but you just don't know.
Yeah.
And like CJ is bigger. I just think he's gonna last longer. I guess.
Yeah.
And I think his team's
Yeah.
and I think his team's more set up for success. And the cool thing about my bad pause, and the thing like CJ Stroud, Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, and Trevor Lawrence are all in the same division. Right, so like that division is pretty like open. I think. Besides, like I think
That's who went to the Colts. Anthony Richardson.
I think
That's
the
what-
Jags are
yeah.
gonna run that shit next year. But like they're still all young, so like there is a chance that Trevor Lawrence could take a drop off. But I think
That's gonna be fire.
I think he's gonna be really good. And then the
cool.
NFC East or South, like the Saints are like the best team, but we don't really know with them. And then you got like
Derek Carr, right?
yeah, and
Yeah,
then
they got
Tampa
Derek Carr,
has
yeah.
Baker, and then you have the Panthers with Bryce, and then the team. Who else is in there?
The Falcons.
The Falcons.
Ritter.
So like that division,
Ritter,
like Bryce can compete.
Do you think Ritter's gonna be
Yeah,
good
he
though?
could.
Like that
fuck around.
division's not
He's
that
2 and
good
2 as a
either,
starter,
yeah.
so,
Like he can compete
He's
too.
2-2 as a starter, so we'll see.
Yeah, so like Bryce can compete immediately.
Desmond Ritter.
Yeah, Desmond Ritter. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I don't know.
It's like how I don't know if were we talking about? No, we were talking about it off camera. Like I feel like a lot of sports are just in a good spot right now. Young players coming in that are talented, and teams are rebuilding, so they need to get these key players for them and see where it goes. You know, like take that chance and
We're in a of our life that our parents were when we were kids with sports. It's just this is now where sports are evolving. Like I'd say like in 2000s was like that was a time for sports to evolve for them.
like changing.
Yeah, changing.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
game changed.
Yep.
This is now all across all sports.
know.
Yeah.
Everything's evolving.
It's cool too
fire.
because like I feel like the more older we get, the more like of a fanatic we get. You
Yeah.
know, like because we obviously like we're big fans of sports, but I definitely think now since we're not playing as much, like we don't play anymore or whatever, and we can't like relate to it as much. We would like watch it and we're like, bro, like this is exciting. And we just
Yeah.
see some crazy clips.
It's just crazy.
And we're just like,
Yeah.
damn, this dude like he might like Bijan was a prime example. Like I don't like Texas, but I'm like, bro, he's cold. Like I'm
Yeah.
not finna not like say he's good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like he's a generational player, and it's
Yeah.
just now you're seeing these dudes just go. You know, they're just coming out of the womb, just playing anything.
Yeah.
Brock, like next year,
prime example is that freshman quarterback you sent on TikTok a long ass time ago.
bro, yes.
Like,
I was
it
like,
just
what
doesn't
the
make
hell?
sense.
Bro. He's like he looks like he's already like in the NFL.
It
He's
was
like-
some freshman
yeah.
quarterback that like has absurd numbers.
Yeah, he's
Like
strong.
not
Like,
passing
he's
numbers,
big.
but like
Measurables
no,
and
measure,
shit.
yeah,
High school.
No, high school.
shit.
Yeah, like his like what he can put up on like in the weight room, and
he
then
can
like
throw.
the way he can throw, like the RPMs on it's like insane.
Yeah,
And he's like he looks like a grown ass man.
yeah, and he's a freshman, bro, and it's like
He's a
yeah.
freshman in high school. He dead ass looks like a grown ass man. Swole as fuck.
And the train's evolving. Like, I mean, they like not to get too sidetracked, but they talked about it nowadays. Like when people are like, "Oh, QBs in high school and college gotta sit," or even in the NFL, they're like, "Bro, they don't gotta sit. They've been playing 7-on-7 and in all these leagues their whole life. They
yeah.
have a ton more reps than an average QB does. So like, that's why we see people like Caleb Williams just dominate immediately because they've just already played so much football.
Yeah.
It's crazy, honestly.
yeah.
Do you think? I mean, do you think that's gonna be like the next generational talent, Caleb? Or
Yeah,
The next.
I think Caleb would be like. I mean, I already told
Like a
you
first
once
number one pick?
No, wherever team he goes to, I'm gonna rock with him. Like, I just he played OU, so I got a little loyalty to him. But he is like. He's cold, bro.
good,
Like
yeah.
even because CJ started watching college football this year more, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Damn, bro!" Like when we would have USC on, he was like, "Bro, he is nice." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah."
I hate every team he's been on, so but he's really good.
Yeah, he's just a good player.
cold, bro.
he
Like,
just wants to win. He's
and
he's a gamer.
I like his mentality, man. Like he's like he literally said, I'm gonna win the Heisman, wins it. Like he's like one of those people. Like he's gonna do what he says, you know? So yeah, next year's draft's gonna be crazy, bro. Like they have him, Brock Bowers, like there's a lot of like Marvin Harrison Jr. Like there's a lot of great generational talent players. So and that's like Carlos is saying, it's gonna keep getting better and better.
Yeah.
Because Brock
only getting
Bowers,
better.
Marvin Harrison Jr. and Caleb, in my opinion, were the best available at their position if they would have went into the draft this year.
Really?
Yeah. Like I think Caleb would have been the best QB this year, and I think Brock Bowers would have been the best tight end, and Marvin Harrison Jr. would have been the best wide receiver.
receivers.
And they weren't even eligible.
That's crazy.
It was a deep like tight end and wide receiver class too.
Yeah.
Like coming up or
Yeah.
this one?
Oh, this one,
This
this past
one,
one, and the
this
next one,
one,
maybe.
yeah.
That's why I said it was like a sleeper because nobody knows tight ends.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, I do.
I'm talking about like the average,
Yeah.
the average fan.
Oh yeah, like the average fan.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say like even a little bit more than average fans still don't really like pay attention to tight ends.
Unless it's like the last tight end they probably paid attention to was like Kyle Pitts.
Yeah,
That
probably.
like got drafted. You
Got
know.
like one
Wow, that's
touchdown
a
on US
name.
soil.
Yeah. But
Trying to find this TikTok for you, but can't find it.
But yeah, I mean, what about you, CJ? You have a sleeper pick?
Shit, bro. Honest, not. I like fell asleep that day. I didn't even watch the draft. I'm not gonna lie, but shit, I'm a rock with the Raiders. Oh boy from Tech. I don't know his name, but
Tyree Wilson.
there you go. Yeah, I would say him to be honest, but I don't really know. I didn't really watch him play. Besides like that UT game and stuff, and
Oh, I fell asleep during that.
yeah, I mean,
Really? That game was
that was a
crazy.
really good game.
I saw like the
honestly.
last
I was
like
there,
overtime
too.
maybe.
Yeah, you were.
I was in the cut, bro.
Yeah, I was watching that shit. I was like, damn. But yeah, I don't really know. I mean, adding more depth to the line is always good, so I can't complain about the pick. But I don't know if he's gonna be a sleeper, but
He's got his ceiling's really
like
high.
pretty pretty good potential.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
and then
he's
he
really
gets
high.
to play with Max Crosby, so I feel
Yeah,
like
and
that'll
who-
that's gonna
there's
free
another one.
Crosby up too.
That's
a lot.
better than Cleveland
Y'all have,
Farrell.
y'all had someone else.
There's someone else we had on the line. I forgot off the top, but I mean,
Cleveland
Khalil
Farrell?
Mack.
No.
That was back in the day.
That was back in the day. But
Oh, Chandler Jones.
Yeah, Chandler Jones.
That's
Yeah,
who
yeah.
it was. Yeah. So
Yeah.
But no, yeah, and I mean, I think we kind of talked about it prior to, but Jimmy G being on the team and stuff. We'll see, man. I don't know. Like you said, like that division is kind of, it's obviously been ran by the Chiefs, but we could have a good enough season and fuck around getting the wild card and.
You never know.
You never know, you know what I
just
mean?
never
Or we
know.
could fuck around and win. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
the Chiefs, I don't know, but Chiefs just have kind of been proven to all of us that they're like that. So you can't disrespect them at any time. So, but yeah, we'll see. I'm excited.
Heck yeah. I said the best feeling. I think we're gonna do pet peeve this time. So like, what's y'all's pet peeve of the week?
Oh God, people chew with their mouth open. That shit like does not fly with me.
Okay.
I'll smack somebody.
I don't know.
I got one.
Go ahead.
I hate having to repeat myself. Like,
Especially if like
I hate it.
someone's listening to you, like they
Yeah.
post.
Yeah, I hate it. Like
I'm not
if
gonna lie, I make you do it all the time.
you do, but like it's just like one of those where if I say something and like you're like, huh, or what? I'll say it one more time. If you say that shit, say like, what was that again? I'm not gonna say anything to you. Like it just like frustrates me, bro.
No,
Like,
no matter the circumstance.
I mean, if it's loud, then I understand.
Yeah.
But if it's just like we're having a conversation
Conversation.
and you're not paying attention to me, and then it's like it's just annoying. But
It's like a lack of disrespect.
yeah, like I feel like if you're like if we're talking to each other, I feel like you should be like engaged in the conversation. Or like even if it's like you don't even need to be looking at me, but if like you like listen and like you can like understand it, then it's like cool. But I don't know if I just hate having to repeat myself, bro. Like that's my that yeah. I mean I have a couple, but that's like the one off the first thing I thought of.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like of one.
Okay, I'll give you some time then. For me, bro, people that call me, like, listen. Like, if you
Talk
have
about
something
it.
important to tell me, call me. Like, if it's like, it's one of those conversations where like it's probably better in person, but I can't like see Cameron. Like, call me, obviously.
Okay.
But, bro, if it's like, I don't know, it's 2023, man. Like, just shoot me a text. Like, I'll reply to a text. Like, I don't know. When people are calling me, like, what are we doing? I'm like, bro, like, you can just ask me that. You know what I'm saying? But like people who call me like, or just calling me like, I'm like, because I'm just busy and I'm not trying to talk on the phone. For me, I'm like very focused. I can't like do that and do that. Like that shit fucks with me. So I'm like, just text me, bro. I'll get to it. You know, that's my pet peeve.
Okay. Carlos,
I don't know.
you gotta choose one, bro. Something.
I
What
mean,
don't you like?
I mean, what he said. I mean, that's like just kind of like the norm one. Like chill
Yeah,
with your
that's like
mouth
that.
open. I mean,
Yeah, I hate that.
Like you just be staring at somebody like at a restaurant, you just see them like fucking smacking their jaw with their mouth. Shit, like,
Bro, you said that with some aggression.
like what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, that is annoying.
I don't know. I really can't think of one. I don't know.
I just thought of another one. I don't want to say it.
What?
I was going to say people who go in your room and like when your door was open and they open your door and they leave and don't fucking close the door. Like I hate that shit. Like bro, close the door. It was closed. Like shit like that. I don't know.
That's like
I
some
just think
shit
of
like
that
your
shit.
parents would do.
Yeah, I'm like,
when
bro,
we were younger.
you got
type
some
shit my dad would do.
I'm like, bro, close the door. You just came in here.
I don't know, man. It's different for me because I've just changed so much as a person. Like what used to
Like
annoy
a
me back
head
then
ass.
doesn't annoy me now.
Why though? Can you can elaborate on that a little bit?
do you mean why?
Like what? Okay, give me an example of something that used to annoy you, and then why does it not now?
Top of my head, I don't know. I mean, just can't.
Okay,
just something I
that's
can't
fair.
think of.
Yeah.
If
I'm
it's,
curious.
if I remember and we're in the situation, I'm like, this shit used to annoy me.
Okay.
Then I'm like, no, I really don't care. I would say I just matured more as a person.
That's fair.
That's what it is.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. The chewing with the mouth open, I'll just have to say that. And it's
You
just,
don't have any pet peeves.
I just thought of another one. Like people who ask you for gum and shit. Like when you pull up, like, can I get one?
No, I mean, mine would just be like some dumb shit. It just have to do with probably like gaming.
Okay,
that's
what's
what it is.
Which one of
I mean, it's
those?
just not like talking when you're playing with me.
That's
Like,
fair.
Okay.
Like, why did you join the party, right?
No, not even that.
Like
It's like if we're
calm.
playing the game together
Oh,
and like
okay.
Does it need to be like,
But, like, I'm a
comms
kind of
or
a-
just like a convo?
comms. But I'm
Okay.
I'm also kind of a hypocrite because I'm mute a lot.
Okay.
Oh, so you're talking about with like randoms, or if you're like in a party?
No, in a part like if I'm playing, if I'm on Discord with you and we're playing the same game together, and you're not really saying nothing, like unless it's like. I don't know. Unless it's like a chill game where like nothing's really happening, but like Apex, I guess that's really it. And it's not even really a pet peeve; it's just annoying.
Yeah.
Did you play the new season yet, or map, or whatever it is?
Yeah. Oh, nothing. There hasn't been a new map. It was just they made some changes to the map. The new.
Same old map.
Yeah, they have multiple maps.
Oh shit! Well, the OG one.
Kings Canyon. They made a new POI for it.
You know, we're talking about AI and stuff like that. So I was on YouTube as I usually do, just like watch random shit. And there was a guy who did. I made a YouTube channel just with AI, and he was like, all right, I need to think of a niche. So he went to Chat GPT and was like, top 100 niches, and he ended up doing food. And he was like, all right, well, I need a name. So he did business names for like food or something. And it ended up getting like something about like cheap foods. So he was like, all right, bet. Like he has a niche, which is food. And now I have like a certain thing that I'm like having to like specialize in like cheap foods. So he did that all on Chat GPT. He like had a logo created through it. He had everything. Like he was like, all right, like it has you like, as y'all know, probably it like writes essays for you. So I wrote a whole ass script for him. And he even used like a voiceover that was like AI, like everything, bro. Like he didn't do anything. Like obviously he put everything together, but he didn't physically get in front of a camera, record, take out the SD, plug into his laptop.
Did it make the thumbnail and all that shit?
Yeah, yeah. Or
Yeah.
I mean, usually that was like, oh, like you'll have someone probably like pay for it
Yeah,
or whatever,
like, for
like
service or something.
yeah. It might have. I know that he was using like a certain service where you can look up images of like foods and stuff, and it's
just picks it
created
up. That's
by
crazy.
AI.
What the hell?
But it looks like so real, and it looks like actual full food. But I saw that and was like, wow. So I was like, that shit got me like thinking like, oh wow, like people are doing this and making YouTube channels that aren't even like of them. They're doing it because they're trying to put out content and provide like topics of conversations with people all through an AI thing. It's fucking crazy, dude. And like they're able to make money off of it. Like people are pitching it as a way to like actually, oh, you could bring in this much money doing this if you get monetized, because especially, you know, we've kind of are aware of it, you know, being in the whole content creation. If you specialize just in one thing, you can grow significantly more than trying to do other things. You know what I mean? And if you get a good niche that like only a certain amount of people look at and it's popular, That's all it takes, you know. So they're creating shorts. It's not like they're creating long form content. So some of those could pop off, get 50 million views or whatever, and they get paid from it. And like, yeah, of course, it's not gonna be as much as a long form, but you're still making money by doing something that probably took you like, I mean, it'll take you some time, probably like a couple hours, but you get monetized, you get money from doing that, and it's like, well, shit, I didn't even have to do anything besides put it all together, you know. So it's crazy.
Yeah, no, it makes me wonder how long it's been around, and like it's been. I mean, I feel like it's been around for a while, but now it's just everybody's. I guess I don't know how you make it, or if you make it, or how it goes about. But I saw one on Twitter the other day where this guy like turned his iPhone into an AI, and then it used his cameras to like. He typed on, I don't even know, whatever prompt he had. It was like, he typed something, then he spoke into his phone like, hey, what is keto? Then he explained what keto was. And then it said, hey, can you show me, if I open up my fridge, can you show me everything to my fridge that's keto friendly? And so he did it, and he was just scanning with his phone, and then it pushed to his laptop everything in his fridge that was keto friendly. And I was like,
What the fuck?
but like he created it. But in my head, I'm just like,
but still.
but no, my head, I'm just like, why are you excited to create this? That shit is scary.
It's
Scary, and it just makes us like lazy.
Yeah, I think it's
Like
crazy.
I feel like it should be used to like help us, but I feel like people are gonna just like become so lazy with it. And then like obviously I know you're not on TikTok, but like those like the people are literally making whole ass songs, bro. Like Drake songs with like AI.
Yeah.
Like it's just like obviously they're making AI, you know, things to figure out if it was made with AI or human elements.
Oh, yeah.
But it's, I don't know, man. This is getting so scary. Like even with the voice reenactings, like the president's playing like the video games and stuff.
Yeah, bro.
It's like, bro, what if they start using this stuff to like try to get people like in trouble legally?
Yeah.
You know? And like I feel like stuff like voice stuff and conversations might, you know, like how is a judge going to determine if it was real, like said or not? You know, someone could be like, oh no, this person said he was going to rob this bank or commit this crime. I heard it. And then it's like, there's no proof, you know, to say like you didn't tell. It's like, oh no, this is you.
Yeah, that's
you know,
your
like,
voice.
It is scary. Like, I mean, it's just like, I don't know. It's efficient, but it's scary. Like Canva has Magic Write, which is like, Kat was telling me about it, but it basically you can,
It's Chat GPT.
yeah, it's like
but
Chat
for-
GPT. I just give her like the info of the pod, and it just writes out the description.
Yeah.
And it's not. And then obviously, you know, we, you know, talked about some stuff like to help us with our processes here internally.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy that this shit's like, because this was not around last year.
No.
So in a year, like, and I was telling you, I'm like, bro, what's gonna happen in 3 years? Like, Ray got this right now. Like,
I don't think, me personally, for I guess certain jobs, like content creation wise, I don't think AI will ever like take over.
Okay.
Because there's something about like the human element of like
for
making
sure.
the video, not like being in the video, but like doing the editing of the video, the style of video, rather than like
you can tell it's not automated. Almost.
Yeah.
rather than like AI doing it. Like there's just so much more. I don't know, just thought in it. Like you can just tell. I don't think they'll ever go. Obviously, it's faster and cheaper, but like making something good, I don't think an AI will be able to make it as good as a human does. Who knows what he's doing? Like you just say, like Peter McKinnon.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Fuck. What do you think, Lon, about AI?
I don't know. It's kind of scary, honestly.
That shit is tricky, bro.
I mean, it depends on like your intentions. I mean, it depends on your intentions, like the AI, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it depends on like your intentions, like with the AI. You like.
Yeah, I mean, I feel everybody's. I mean, not everybody, but majority of people that are making it have good intentions with it.
I mean, I would hope.
But obviously, there's people out there that don't have good intentions with it. But it's also scary at the same time because I mean, obviously it's a fucking movie, but like, who's to fucking say they don't turn into no fucking iRobots? Like, you know, like
No.
you just don't. Like you just
it's
don't.
literally like Cortana. Like,
Yeah.
That what's that thing?
Jarvis.
Yeah,
fucking Jarvis. Like
What's that thing that Elon Musk was talking about putting in people's brain?
Neuralink.
Yeah, bro. I was
Neuralink.
listening to Bradley Martin was on a Roman Atwood's podcast today, and I was listening to that, and Bradley was like, bro, like, what if like we get these chips in our brain and then like you have like how some people have some morbid thoughts sometimes, even though you're not like that, but you might think something. And they were like, bro, what if that like tracks the law and then like the cops come to your house and it was like, oh, like we got this thought that you were about to commit this crime.
Jeez.
Obviously, I'm not putting that in my head, but like, that is the direction we're going with technology.
Fucking crazy.
So it's kind of scary, bro, for real.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Also, too, like, I want to know who like invented this. Like, who invented ChatGPT?
It's just coding, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's definitely got to be to like some intricate like degree.
I mean, yeah, it's
so,
obviously
like,
intricate coding, but it's just coding at the end of the day. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but I wonder, like, do you know who made it?
Sure,
And also, I just feel like I feel like it should be not illegal, but like illegal because it's like, yes, you are putting data online, but it's like,
But that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. How
I
long has it
don't
been
know.
around? Because it could have been illegal, but now it's legal. Because
Yeah.
I mean, everything has to go through the government to get passed and to go into the public.
Mm-hmm.
So it could have been illegal, and now it's legal and mandated for people
you can
to
literally
use.
write contracts with that. You can be like, I want to write a contract and put your stipulations, and you can get like a. You don't even like what is like I don't know like is it are lawyers gonna be used and shit like is this stuff like that? What's up?
It's founded or it was developed by OpenAI. That company was founded by well-known figures such as Elon Musk, Sam Altman, Peter Thiel.
Crazy.
Some motherfuckers, man. Elon Musk.
But I mean, that's just like.
That name doesn't surprise me.
But
I wasn't
like,
surprised, yeah.
Because there's just like regulating, like there's regulating laws that stuff has. That's why like you go to like Japan and like South Korea, like they just have dope shit over there. I was about to say North Korea. Yeah. They just have dope shit over there just because like their laws probably aren't as like relegated as ours.
Yeah.
So like it's probably been around, but it just wasn't able to get passed until like now, I would say, or something. It has to be like something like that.
I don't know, man. Shit's scary for real.
Crazy, for real.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got the Tier Talk segment. For today's Tier Talk, we're going to do rap albums / your favorite hip-hop albums of all time. And I think Carlos is ready, but I don't know if he wants to go next.
Mine's going to be a little different than y'all's because obviously y'all listen to a lot more music than I
Okay.
do. So mine, I wouldn't say mine are basic, but like, I mean, obviously at the end of the day, they're what you are your favorite
Yeah, yeah,
album.
it's
But, like,
like your
y'all are
list.
going to have...
There's no right answer.
Yeah, y'all are going to have like
Just not-
better, like, I guess, albums or whatever.
There's no
so to
such
say.
thing. It's your subjective opinion.
But what is it in any order?
Go honorable mention 3, 2, 1.
But like that's where I rank it.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's
okay.
in order. Yeah.
Welcome to the big leagues,
Okay.
player.
Okay. Honorable mention. Go throw a mixtape out there. Taylor Autodice by Wiz Khalifa.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Fire.
That'll be my honorable mention of the mixtape.
Shout out Mia Wallace.
Yeah,
That's my
fact. I
favorite
was
track
jamming
off that
today,
joint.
Literally.
To the clean that lady knocking
Looking
this
this
shit.
shit.
Hey,
Close the door so I can bake up. Cause yesterday we
In California,
party the night
roll a
away.
joint, roll
Bro,
another
them-
one
yep.
when it's sauce. Let me
That was okay. I, honestly, because when I was thinking of Wiz Khalifa mixtapes, to your point, real quick, like that's one of the first ones that comes to mind. Too.
Literally.
Always.
It's like not even
It's bro, godly.
Always.
Gee, okay.
Number 3. I'm going to have to go with The Man on the Moon.
Okay. The first one?
Yep, the first one. Number 2 is going to be Hendrix.
Toxic.
That was a good one.
Toxic.
Number 2 to be Hendrix.
Toxic.
And then number 1.
That boy said, even if I hit you once, you're disgusting.
You know what I'm saying?
You're disgusting.
Opening up this on the first song, bro. On the first song, bro, he had to do that to us.
Just keep going, bro. Oh my god.
And then number 1,
So many.
Yeah, there's so many.
my second favorite artist of all time because it did get surpassed, but Me Against the World by Tupac. Number 1.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Love that.
Yep.
They're gonna have to skip me, bro. Come back to me.
I got mine. I got mine.
I've been sitting on that third one for like two
I've been sitting, dude.
for like 2
I got
days.
mine. I just went with what felt right, you know.
for sure.
What speak, CJ?
What kind of makes me who I am today?
The vibes.
You know what I mean? So my honorable mention is Days Before Rodeo. That's you had to, bro. 3, Eternal Take. That came out on my birthday, bro. Like that that's like forever gonna be one of my favorite albums. Like I don't care what anybody says.
Was that the one where he's on the moon and the spaceship like, coming down or whatever?
Yeah, that's the one with his head. It's like Lil Uzi versus the world, but it's like his head and it's like space.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he did like the deluxe. and
Deluxe
shit.
was
Yeah.
the, like
Yeah.
released like a month
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
2 Culture, like first
first one,
first
first
Culture.
Culture. Yeah, that shit's
changed the game
That
for
shit
real.
is fire. Good pick.
And then number 1, I feel like y'all know, College Dropout.
That's a good one.
College
That's a good one.
All right, well,
Had
I'll
to.
probably go next. I know Steve. Well, I'll leave him for last since he says he's a music connoisseur.
Let's hear it. Yeah.
But for me, my honorable mention, Drip Season 3. Bro, that mixtape Drip Season 3 is
cold.
bro. Like
That
no skips.
yes.
Like, bro,
That was when I really started listening
listen
to
to
Gunna like that.
Car
Yeah.
Sick, like all that stuff. Number 3, Views. Like Views hit different for me. Like that was when I was like. That was one of those where I was like, okay, I'm matured enough to understand like this music is gonna.
That's one of those. That's one of those albums where when you cruising at nighttime.
It definitely got better over time.
Bro,
too.
age like fine wine.
Yeah, you told me that and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good point.
My man said, "Mama hit the phone and said rap's no good."
Bro, come on.
Better than it telling me the check's no good.
Yeah, that album.
Now they want to act like I do no good. Come on, bro.
That album hit different for me, bro.
Funny because I really know more than I should. All right, I'm done.
And then, bro, Dirty Sprite 2. Like
number one?
Number two. Yeah, like Dirty Sprite
2.
2, like, bro, different. Like,
I just
like
fucked your
hits,
bitch.
and like that was like freshman year, just like all I listened to. The number 1, Graduation.
Oh, shout out to Ye.
Well, I guess this can be asked for a different time. I don't know if you need some more time, so I'm kind of stalling for you here.
You're good. I want to hear what you have to
I
say.
also
think
don't
I'm
know
on.
if this will can still change your answer or not. But what do you think is better, DS2 or Hendrix?
Which one is Hendrix? I'm like drawing a blank.
Hendrix with
Where
like
he's looking
My
down.
Collection.
Yeah.
Fresh Air.
Oh yeah,
Fresh Air.
Yeah. That is my favorite like sounding Future album, but like Dirty Sprite 2 just has too much.
Just the
impact.
hits.
And then the
That
hits,
shit is
and then
hit
the
after
hits are
hit.
ridiculous. Like that literally is like wow. And
Yeah.
he made a music video for every song. It was just like I don't know. Just the time period that takes me to
That era, yeah.
2016?
2015.
2015.
Yeah,
It
like
was-
that album just like
That was before they came out with What a Time, right? Mm-hmm. And then Drake came out with If You're Reading
And
This.
this is too
yeah.
late.
I was
Yep.
just thinking about like
What a
albums
Time
when they
was
came
first,
out.
and
I
then,
was
yeah.
just like
Yeah, and then
just
If You're
blown
Reading
away
This is
by like what it sounded like.
Wednesday night, bro.
All of those. Probably.
Yeah.
You good? You think you're ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah. So y'all gonna be mad at me, bro. Y'all know I can't the mixtape and 3 were the 2 hardest ones. I had 1 and 2 locked and loaded.
Okay.
But I'll start with the mixtape. It was a split. And it was a split between Playboy Cardi's Playboy Cardi and Drake So Far Gone.
Fire.
Okay.
Playboy Cardi was a time, boy.
Self-titled?
A
Self-titled.
time. Like that whole track list
Bro.
from 1 to 12 was
Yeah.
just a lot of people, obviously a lot of older heads, and be like, "Oh, everybody."
I like
Playboy
that.
Cardi.
That's a good-
Was a
project.
time. Was a time. The
2017.
project was just consistent,
What's like
bro.
the
It
most
was
notable song on that? 'Cause I don't listen
That's
to Magnolia.
Woke Up.
Magnolia. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Looking, Magnolia,
Yeah.
New
That-
Chopper
that's-
with
yeah.
ASAP Rocky.
Yeah.
This one I me so wrong.
Yeah.
This one I me
Oh,
so
these
wrong.
niggas ain't mad.
Yeah,
I
you know
walk
what I'm
in the
saying?
bank and I laugh.
Yeah, that's Loving
Yeah,
Cali,
yeah.
bro. That's what I'm
He's
saying.
in
Like,
his bag for
like
sure.
that
That's a good
period
one.
in time, just for the feel, bro. Just for like the and shout out to Dev because Dev. I remember
He had that speaker,
bro.
bro, I'm telling
I was
you.
going to
That's what I
Dev's.
heard
I came back
Christmas
from
3 on.
college, bro. That summer, every single time I hang out with Dev, bro,
Bro,
he be playing
every
it.
time.
And then after like 2 months, bro, it's like actually, bro.
That's what I heard Car Sick, and I was like, "What is that?"
Yeah, bro.
it's
So-
like, bro,
What
it's dead.
Car Sick go crazy.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like I had to put that one in there, and then So Far Gone, obviously, because like that to me was Drake's coming of age into his own shoes.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have like Best I Ever Had on there,
Yeah.
but if you really break it down, you have The Calm, you have Fear, you have It's okay, you can run and tell my city. What's that song called? Oh yeah, with the Lil Wayne and Bun B.
Yeah.
He has
I
that.
got you.
Bro, that mixtape was like the very like that was one of my bro. I had the CD. I had like
Damn,
bro.
he had a mixtape CD.
Yeah, bro, because he re-released it into like an 8-track commercial EP. But no, like the original mixtape.
Uptown?
Bro, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So all like that entire mixtape, bro, just hit a place in my home. Okay, 3 again. I couldn't pick. 3B is gonna be Mace's Harlem World from 1997.
Wow. Okay.
And then it's gonna be Swimming by Mac Miller.
Oh,
that's a
yeah,
good pick.
fire.
Emotionally, time in my life, swimming, yeah, just did it for me. And just that being the last album we got from Mac before he passed, and I felt like it was his deepest and his like most intentional and like his most loving project he put out. And then obviously Mace's Harlem World, that was like the first album I actively remember listening to as a kid, like my first hip hop album. Like we just played it religiously. Number 2 and 1 are kind of just obviously easy. Number 2 is Born Sinner by J. Cole, because come on now.
I was thinking about putting that on there.
And then
too.
number 1 is Nothing Was the Same by Drake.
Oh,
And
I
will stand on that till the end of time.
We're all pretty. I thought about putting those on there. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, bro. I told y'all before, J. Cole's my favorite rapper.
Yeah.
Drake is my favorite artist. And like both of those albums, bro, to me, there's not a single skip on either one of those albums. Everybody knows every single, more so on Drake's obviously, but even with J. Cole's, bro, Born Sinner to me didn't have
Born
anything
Sinner
that
was
was
my
like,
favorite song by J. Cole's Born Sinner.
you know what I mean? Like you got like that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah,
So,
Runaway. That's the shit for
bro,
me.
you have Runaway, you have Is She Gonna Pop, you had Forbidden Fruit, bro,
And
you had
everything on there.
Filmatic,
LA,
you had
Random Snakes.
yeah, Snakes in LA, bro. That whole entire thing, fam, was just crazy. You know what I mean? So like
Bro, all that shit was coming in high school.
That's
J.
bro.
J. Cole's my favorite artist / rapper.
That, bro,
Yeah, I was gonna
just
put an
different,
album
bro.
on there, but like,
I
thought
don't
about Born
have
Sinner,
a-
I'm not gonna
I
lie
don't
to you.
have a favorite album by J. Cole. I love all his music.
because like I really liked like KOD a lot.
KOD's good.
KOD was sick,
KOD's
too.
phenomenal.
And like when it came out,
But
was
like
like
this-
in the middle of that like
That era
mumble
of,
rap
yeah.
shit.
Cloud
So
rap
fire.
and shit.
The
Just
off
take
season
on
there
that.
too.
It is.
Yeah, that's my
So,
bro.
I don't.
Forest Hills
have
Drive.
I don't have a favorite J. Cole album, but all his music. That's just my favorite.
I mean,
artist and rapper.
and you can obviously talk about music and like obviously what you more so like think is your obviously, but it's your favorite for a reason.
Yeah,
So there's a point in time where like something correlated with you and kind of gave you like that emotional and subjective bond with that project. And obviously like Drake's Nothing Was the Same, bro. That like for me, the reason it's my number 1 personally is because of that point in time in my life and listening to those lyrics and feeling those songs and being hot. Like, bro, Drake was my favorite artist, and that album, bro, just still to me just timeless,
sure.
bro.
That
So
is
with
the time.
like,
That's
that-
probably the most timeless Drake
that
album.
like when people, you know, I
that's
hate to get on a tangent. People talk about Drake. Drake got like 1 or 2 classics. He really got like 3 or 4. That's a different story for
Maybe.
a different day. Views is a classic.
Not to everyone, so no.
Can't be. Everybody knows every song on it. Everybody. I said pop that shit like whoa.
Bro, I'm just telling you right now, the average
like, come
person
on.
isn't gonna say that.
I don't think just because you know every song it makes it a classic.
Why doesn't it? Why
People,
doesn't it make
people,
it a
also,
classic?
people also don't know every song off of Views.
I
I
don't-
guarantee you they do. Fire and Desire, Redemption, bro. I guarantee you they're like.
No, I'm telling you they don't.
maybe 9.
I don't know if I don't know.
Like, they probably know like
I might-
Controller and like the radio songs.
I
but
might
they
be tripping, but I don't know if I'll count Born Sinner as a classic.
Born Sinner is a classic too to me.
Nah,
And that's not even
I don't-
I say
favoritism,
J.
bro.
Cole has like
What makes so that's
Well,
what
I would
I'm
say
saying.
it's Born Classic. That's KOD.
What
Or, I
makes-
mean, not
I think
KOD.
24
Forest Hills Drive.
Yeah.
yeah. He has one classic, and then
You can argue
Ken-
that. You can argue that Born Sinner, not Born Sinner.
Kendrick has probably more than both of them.
I mean, all his albums.
All
are.
of his albums are classics, though.
How? Here we go with this.
What do you mean,
conversation.
how?
Because you're gonna sit here and
Ye
tell
might
me
have a-
that every
Ye is
single.
also
So
the-
what makes
one
something a
of-
classic then? What makes
It's
it a
just
classic?
like just what it did for the game and it's timeless. Like I just feel like Views is like it's good, but like
and it still aged well like a classic does.
yeah, but I'm just telling you, like the average person like didn't bro. Views didn't like a lot of people didn't even like Views when it came out. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that had to do with like just him like bullshitting on when he was releasing it and stuff?
Bro,
I feel
he
like that was
prolonged
a
the
thing.
album for 3 years, of
I feel like that
course.
was a reason why.
Maybe,
But you also understand that he has 2 of his most popular songs in his entire career. He has his number
But at
one.
the same, but at the
a
same
number
time,
one-
Kendrick does the same thing, and nobody like after it comes out, nobody complains and they love it.
Kendrick doesn't promote like Drake does. They're on 2 different schemes when it comes to their marketing. Kendrick can disappear for 5 years, release something
Kendrick
like
also
Missing Brown, the Big
isn't, like,
Steppers.
in the scene. He's not like doing features and shit.
Yeah,
like
they're
that.
2 different artists. They're 2 completely different artists, which is why that works for Kendrick and it doesn't for Drake.
Kendrick also makes more like the reason why I say his stuff is more timeless is because all his projects are like it's like a art. It's like a story. It's like telling a story and it's art. You know, like Drake, he is rapping well and the songs are good, but like he's like Kendrick is illustrating a product from start to finish.
So why are you gonna count
as a
that against
story.
Drake? That's
I'm
what
not
I'm
counting
saying.
it against
But
Drake.
that's what it
but I'm
sounds
saying
like.
that's more timeless to a person.
What makes it timeless?
Because
That's what I'm saying.
It's for a specific story and a specific artistical element that he's trying to illustrate, and he does it. Drake's not doing that. Drake's just making good music.
Who says you have to do that? Is my
I'm not
point,
saying
though.
you have to do it.
Okay,
I'm just
so
saying that's more.
But you can't use those. Okay, so if you're gonna give credit to Kendrick in that area, you can't take that away from Drake just because he's not doing that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like people say, Take Care is a classic, bro. Like I'm gonna be honest. Like I can't say the last time I've listened to Take Care start to finish
That's what I'm telling.
because that music didn't age well to me.
If you looking,
The last time I listened to a song from Take Care in general.
But you have to look at the impacts of the songs that were on it and what they did. That's to me what makes something a classic, right?
I feel like classic, you have to be able to play it whenever.
Bro, I'm telling you, you could still play anything from the majority of tracks from Born Sinner you could play right now, and they're all gonna hit. Majority of tracks you could play from 2014 Forest Hills Drive, they're still gonna hit. Same thing with Views. Do you play a lot of those
To
songs?
us,
Bro, to anybody.
no,
Bro,
to
absolutely.
us.
The general population.
Nah, because you got to realize when J. Cole got like his recognition wasn't until way later.
Like kids,
Way
like kids,
later.
like my brother.
Way later.
The only reason Colin listens to these artists is because of me. Like if he didn't have an older brother, he wouldn't be listening to like J. Cole and them like that.
J. Cole didn't even
How
have
old
his
is Conley?
He's 21.
My sister's 22.
But it's because she has an older brother. I'm telling you, like that stuff plays a factor. I'm dead ass. Like if Colin was the oldest, he would not be listening to them. Maybe Drake, and like he would listen to them, but it wouldn't be like he wouldn't have the same level of regard that he has for them because he grew up around it because of me. Like I'm playing J. Cole, Drake, all of them in their prime, so he's like, oh, I get it. Like he was insane. Like his friends don't even listen to that.
But
That's
he still
why.
grew
That's
up
why we
in
talk.
that.
But
There
that's
is
why
a
we
lot
talk
of
so
people that
highly
don't
about
listen to
like
Drake.
the
No.
Biggies, the Tupacs, the Nas's, because that's what our parents grew up listening to. So they showed us that music.
But that's what I'm saying. You can't. Okay, to your point, yes, but you can't compare all of these things on a bigger schedule in terms of.
Is this one on? That's fine. It doesn't. Yeah, it's fine. Go ahead.
when did it die?
Oh, that's fine.
You still can't. What you're using in terms of giving these, because I think each one of the projects y'all picked are all classics, right? I mean, Hendrix. A lot of people call it classic because of what Future did that point in time. What that album was.
Such a game changer.
That's what I'm saying. But a lot of these albums are. I don't think anybody named an album that didn't have a cultural impact when it released. Number one, obviously Lil Uzi Vert versus World. Like, come on, think about it.
Yeah,
Right?
during COVID and
Exactly.
everything, too.
Like, there's a lot of these things these albums did and the impact they had. Nobody's getting those numbers or doing those things, right? Not everybody's dropping those albums and having those pieces kind of
Yeah,
extend as long and have the life. That's what makes something a classic because it has a lifespan to
yeah.
it.
Music's also subjective too. Like, because you got to think about it. Like, I feel like it has to do so much. Like, for something to be a classic, I feel like it's got to hit all the demographics. It's got to be timeless. Like, we got to be able to play it when we're 50, and it's gonna obviously resonate with us. But you know, when someone tells us about Michael Jackson, we weren't alive when Michael Jackson was in his height. Beatles, Frank Sinatra, etc.
Whitney
We go
Houston.
listen to these people, and we're like, okay,
Prince.
we understand like. Okay, this is why they're like these are classics. Like,
Yes.
you just know. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like I feel like that's what it's got to be with these other albums. Because like if you play like Views to someone that's like younger, I feel like they're gonna be like, oh, it's good music, but like
But so,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like,
Even older.
but even to your point, when you said like the demographic, think
Yeah.
about something like Views to what you just brought up. One Dance was Drake's most popular song of his entire career. It was his first number one.
Mm-hmm.
So of course the demographic margin is checked. You can play that song to this day. People know and sing it will treat it like it's their baby. It's a timeless joint.
that's a
I don't
song,
think.
though.
I don't.
But
I
I'm
don't
saying there's a
think-
lot of songs that's like that on there. Look at what Fire and Desire does to folks, right?
Yeah,
Same.
but I'm telling you, like somebody unless they've gone
I'm not
through
saying
shit,
it's
like
out of-
not like you gotta go through some shit. for
One
that song
dance
to
is,
hit.
dance is weird.
Look at you.
Because it's like I don't think it was like people downloaded it or like listened to it for the song.
It was the beat.
It was
for
just
sure.
a beat, and like people just did like dances to it or like made
International
videos
joint.
with it and whatnot.
Hotline Bling. That's another thing I'm just gonna drop on there because I mean, of course, you know what I mean. But to
That
your
song
point,
is really not good, though. To be
stop
honest,
hating. Stop
it's
hating.
really not.
You're
though.
just a hater.
I'm not
You're just a-
hating.
you're just
Like
a
that's
hater.
not a good.
You're just a
like you're the
hater.
type of person that likes Ratchet Happy
You're just
Birthday.
a hater. No, Ratchet Happy Birthday is
That
crazy.
shit is
that song is
talk about a
nuts.
skip.
So, but again, Scorpion,
Straight
Scorpion,
skip.
like again, Scorpion.
I didn't want to
is-
say it, but I'm glad you said it. I don't like a Hotline Bling. Like
Hotline Bling, one of my favorite songs.
popular
Bro,
because
you're
it
not
was a
listening
meme.
you're not gonna go put that on, bro. We're not listening to that. Like we were back then, and we were fucking around and fucking doing the dance.
It was a
and shit.
meme.
I'm gonna tell you
Yeah,
right
but
now.
you're not gonna Nobody is listening to that. Like nobody's driving around listening to that.
Nobody's driving around listening. You don't need to drive anywhere. Just pop up in the club. I guarantee you, there is a good.
I can't tell you the last time I heard that in the club.
Bro, I
And
literally
if I
just.
did, I'm probably leaving.
No, you're not. You heard worse. That hotline is gonna make you be the thing that.
That's what I need to hear.
No, you don't. You don't want to hear
Oh,
that.
that's a better
That's how
song
you know.
than Hotline Bling?
You're disgusting.
Are you serious?
You're disgusting. You know why? You know what? I'm gonna leave.
But
it
you gotta realize, like,
Spend all this time at freaking Wonder Bar.
if you're in the bar and Hotline Bling comes on, people aren't gonna be like hype because it's Hotline Bling. They're gonna be hype because they start doing the dances.
That song is old too. Like
2015. Yeah. But I'm saying, to your point, like, the song itself is a classic because of, again, what it did. But maybe that entire project isn't. Again, I told you. There's about 3 classics in that man's discography. Point being is that, no, to your point, yeah, it's not a classic
What are your
rap
3
song.
What are your 3 classics?
I'm
just curious now.
From Drake's discography?
Yeah.
Nothing Was the Same. I already told you that.
that's fair.
That's fair.
That's like
That's
the
one I
only
think-
one in my head.
Yeah, me too.
Albums wise or just projects? Because I'm talking projects.
Whatever. Yeah.
Nothing Was the Same. If you're reading this, is too late and So Far Gone.
I can lean to if you're reading this too, because that was definitely ahead of its time. And like now when you listen to it, it aged perfectly.
That one.
That's what I'm saying. Again,
I agree with that one.
But there's a lot of songs just because now rap
was your
pure
last
rap. So far gone. So far gone. Yeah. Those are projects in general. Again,
Okay.
to me, because that's to me when Drake was rapping at his pinnacle. Don't get me wrong. A lot of his songs are timeless, but that's just when to me that was great rap music. I digress.
Like
though,
you got to
but-
think about it. Like Bryson Tiller has a classic, and that's it. But like he
Yeah, bro.
made one
He
album,
has a classic
and it's a
album.
classic. But
He
it's
has
like,
a classic album.
That's it though. Like
Yeah.
he hasn't made anything.
He just kind of sounds the same.
Yeah, he
you know
just
what I
hasn't
mean?
done anything. That
He created a
sucks,
whole
too.
genre, bro. You know
Yeah.
how the wave of
Trap soul.
of trap soulers came right after Bryson did, talking about some I could sing and rap too.
Yeah, but
That's just fire. I'm dead.
I hope you guys love that extended music debate. That was fire.
Yeah, I like
those.
that. That
shit
was
was
good.
fire, and we all like have good counter arguments, different
Yeah.
opinions. But that was a good episode of Roundtable. That's episode 3. Roundtable 4 coming soon. Make sure you guys subscribe to Clinics. My boy Carlos out here dropping that gaming content, going crazy. We're proud of him finally putting that work in on that channel.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying?
Still terrible at Resident Evil, bro.
Wow.
Oh, I'm bad.
Yeah, I was watching that.
I told you I was watching it at work.
Hey,
I was like, bro, Carlos, bro, get off the sticks.
Hey, but hey, you see
yeah.
on Apex Call of Duty? Yeah, you gonna be saying
But
that.
we got Steve,
Same.
keep it a buck, going crazy. He's got some cool stuff coming. Obviously, PCT boys are working hard. They got some cool stuff coming as well. Your OP boys still dropping stuff. Merch coming soon. Make sure you guys stay tuned. If you drop, I don't know, purple emoji in this podcast, you might get 10% or 15% off code or something like that.
But you got to
that's-
screen. You got
get
to.
to the end,
But what
though,
you got to
so,
do,
like-
what you got to do to get that is you got to like comment like when it's releases and then screenshot the day you released it because like some of them are gonna try to go on like
Go back and
and be like, oh, I can get 10%. Like, nah, no free shout outs.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
not
mean?
how
Like,
it works.
yeah, like you gotta drop it. I have to see a purple heart comment from the day this was released. You know what I mean?
Talk to
so
me.
yeah,
But
you
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
I mean, that was a fire episode. I mean, I enjoyed that.
Hell yeah.
Good to be on the mic. Great cast. Get
Yeah.
more people on here.
Yeah.
And keep them rolling. So,
And we rolling.
all right.
And
Well,
we rolling.
that'll do it for your boys over here at Opinionated Media, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Drake is the best
Peace.
rapper of all time. All right, y'all have a good night.
Drink
wait,
Nectar.
what? Drake is not the best rapper of all time.
As if I'm on way to the bed. As if I'm on way to the bed.